That's where we left off.
Yes, good evening and welcome to the adventures of the Red Paint Guild, where we play Dungeons and Dragons.
We play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh. Go on. Go ahead. And last we left off. You adventurers, after accepting the Tempest Isles job from Caturo and Mary Venesius, and trawling the Vanson docks for information on the locale, set sail south, and arriving at the islands, began your search for any trace of the ships or their crews. You narrowly avoided several large lightning blasts, but were then set upon by a group of harpies who attempted to charm you, driving you mad. But Absolute's improvised earplugs proved to be very useful in resisting. You defeated the harpies and moved on southward. You avoided more lightning blasts, got hit by one, and as you continued on, you did unfortunately find no sign of the missing ships. Eventually, though, you arrived at a central island where you observed a storm giant awaiting you. He demanded to know who approacheth the storm throne. You told him you were just there to recover sailors, to which he responded by informing you that they had plundered his islands by hunting some of his goats. He revealed to you that he had sunk one of the ships, and the other set adrift somewhere off north. You managed to convince him to parley with you, and went ashore to his island. He bade you approach the storm throne. He was very upset that you had killed his harpies, but Worth argued that you had done so only in defense of your ship, not seeking conflict. Absolute then convinced him to allow you all to speak within her zone of truth, and he asked again if you meant to kill his creatures. He believed you, and said he would allow you to leave his island and nothing more, unless you survived 1 minute in combat against him. You declined his offer, yet tried once more to persuade him, telling him you believed the lives of the men on the ships was equally important to the lives of the goats. And he was skeptical. You went with the argument that they could learn from their wrongdoing and change. You followed this line for a while, and he asked you how each of you had changed and learned. You answered, but ultimately he was unconvinced, and ordered you out of his islands via the rest of the western route. And so you returned to Vanson, without crew or spoils, but with information. As you neared the city, Mirwin reminded Warth that it had been 3 weeks since he sent Frank off to find out the state of Brecken and Vis's home village of Vallon.
Frank.
Warth sent to Frank, and received the reply that all of Vallon had been destroyed, and Frank said that everyone was dead. Vissa did not take the news well, and fainted. Absolute came to comfort her. And it is there you find yourselves, still in the ship, Absolute still holding Vissa's unconscious form, the rest of you gathered round. What do you do?
Well, this is fun.
No, it's not. This is very not fun. Yeah. What are we gonna do with her? How are we gonna come back from this?
Time?
I mean, oil will be alright, but how are we gonna bring her back from this? I'm asking for advice here, actually, because I don't know what to do.
Warith, you have been in a similar situation.
How did you cope after her parents died?
I don't know if we want Vista to follow Warith's course, though.
She needs something to do.
That makes sense.
I had to survive. I had a goal to accomplish. Maybe she needs a goal.
Could be.
Learning to fight, learning to use the Fey essence.
She does have the thing. And apparently this bloodline, so maybe she could focus on that.
Anything to keep her from falling into a deep pit in her own mind.
I don't would be good. Yarwin, what do you think?
I agree with Warith. She needs something to keep her busy. Keep her mind off of it.
Send her to the library.
I don't think
Throw. That's, my answer to everything is read books.
she needs more than merely something to do. That's part of it, I think, something to do, but she needs a purpose.
Well, we were talking before about. I mean, didn't she talk to you, Absolute, about what she was supposed to do?
Absolute isn't here, man.
You're not holding her. Oh, you took her upstairs. That is right. You took her up to the deck.
I like away from this environment.
Well, you know, I mean, I believe she talked to Absolute a while ago. After we found out that, you know, she's a descendant of Chauvenet and something like that. That about doing something with that knowledge, or trying to. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Me neither. I know anything about caring for other people.
I imagine that Absolute would have some good advice for her. She's taking care of herself, her.
Maybe in the morning we'll all have a clear head and be able to think
Time of day is it now?
this evening.
You might have the right, but a bit of sleep would do us all well. Let's go check on her, shall we?
Good idea.
So you guys and Brecken head to the main deck of the ship, where you see Absolute and a still unconscious Vissa just sat up against the gunwale of the boat. And just about as you get there, they arrive. You observe them coming towards you guys.
If it isn't the bearer of bad news, what are you here for?
I have no idea.
I have I found a blanket somewhere enough.
We were just talking about. Where do I go?
About what?
About hair.
Duh.
I don't know. I am not a parent or equipped for this, I don't think. Or maybe it was short-sighted on my part to come on this whole thing in the first place, knowing that all this kind of stuff could befall her, but here we are.
I think Vista would have come whether you let her or not.
Oh, you're right. Maybe it'll be enough for her to have us around. And she'll be okay. We'll just do our best to help her.
What are you thinking?
What
What
we-
direction would you like to nudge this girl in?
We were thinking that she needs a purpose. Something now to work toward. Maybe it's something new, or that's what Merwin and Ward said.
She's been talking about training in certain types of art.
Yes?
We could support her in her decision, ask her what kind of thing she would like to try, and then support. Really, it would be up to her, and then us offering support, however we go.
Yes, however, she may not be in the mental place to be able to decide what she wants to do.
Well, we
We
will
could-
have to see.
Yeah.
There is gentle guidance is fine, but we should not pressure. We should encourage.
Especially right now, she needs time to process what's happened.
I know that she felt a whine.
She did that when we were
Couple
gone
times.
on the Isle of Giants.
But Absolute knows that. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to remember if Absolute has that knowledge or not.
I think you
And we should encourage the proper use of alcohol during this time.
I agree. Oh, this is just a lot.
Da, but no one said it would not be a lot. We can make it easy, though. There's not an easy time, but we can make it easy.
Easier.
Easier. Da.
I trust your judgment.
No.
Vengeance is a good motivator too.
Vengeance is good. It can turn on people.
Yes. But in the short term, the Seekers took her family from her.
Da. At one time I had turned to Ryle. When I was going through things of my own. This is not for all. I can encourage that way, but there are many ways to walk. We can encourage hobby, encourage order, encourage knowledge, but we should see what she is interested in. If she seems to have no idea, we do not pry, but we press for what is interest. We support, we are listening ear, we are here for her.
Alright.
Brecken seems to mull this all over.
And we are here for you too, Brecken, they are your family as well. We are not fawning over you like little girl because you are not fun, you are grown men.
I'd be fine. It's
But
more her married about.
you can also come to me if you have problems
Okay.
or something.
When we were on the Limerick, you remember, and those assassins came. I didn't know you very well then, but you had just joined up with us. But now I noticed that you're different than you acted on the ship that night after they killed Alison. You were angry beyond what I've seen before. And you mentioned that you had went to Royal. What have you been through before that? I don't mean to pry, of course.
Oh, нет.
Just been thinking about that.
I have been known to lose my temper. I would like to think that I am more disciplined than that, but every once in a while, the old shines through. Do you understand?
Of course. I think that if you've overcame that, then surely you can help us. Hey.
It's okay, Jack.
Okay. What happened? Oh
You fainted.
no! I was downstairs like 10 seconds ago.
It's been a few minutes, Lisa. Would you like something to drink?
Yeah. Okay.
You think you can stand?
Yeah,
We'll
I
walk
think
over
so.
to Eckert.
I think so.
Come now.
Okay.
I'll
You get this to do with feet.
lead her off and support her into the
Go
arms so
in.
that she can walk, and we're gonna get
You'll
some
find
water.
Eckert, and he gets you a couple of cups of wine, or water. I mean, yeah, gets you some water. She all right? Are you all? Are you all right? What's the shot?
Oh, this is Eckert, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Thank you.
We're water, bread, something soft.
Oh, yeah, I'll get you some minutes. Go on, have a seat. Pulls out a table from the back and just have a seat there. I'll go and get you some stuff to take you. To feed you and stuff.
It will help you, Eckert. And I'll sit her down,
Oh, thank you.
throw the blanket around her shoulders, and just kind of give her some space to think for a second.
So, you guys take the next hour or so eat, talk a little bit, not necessarily about what happened, but you can tell she's kind of still processing it. And it begins to get dark in the late evening time. What do you do?
I exercise.
Let's see, where is that?
It's getting strong.
Honk.
Alright, Worth, you head down to the hold. And just push-ups, planks,
Yeah.
pull-ups from beams overhead. And yeah, you feel the same as you always do, jelly arms afterwards, just noodle body completely. And you you go and pass out on the couch, or on your bunk in the hold.
He's laughing at my -1 strength.
It's okay, I'm -1 in intelligence.
Alright, the rest of you retire to bed or do anything else throughout the evening? Alright, so you guys head to bed. You kind of walk Vissa down there. She's getting a little steadier on her feet, although still she stares kind of pretty blank-faced. Really, you can tell she's very much in her head.
I don't try to force conversation, I just try to be near.
And she doesn't talk very much. So you head back down, put her down in bed. You all sleep, and the night goes by without incident. You get a long rest if you needed one, and awake to the sun filtering through portals. What do you do?
Meditate on a thing I use for meditation.
Okay. You take a little bit of time in the morning to meditate on your helm. You hold it in your lap. Just kind of focus.
I see him doing that, and I meditate with my.
With your axe, yes. So you sit across, watching that. Absolith, do you wake up yet?
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't break my routine of waking up early and studying and stuff.
Sure. You after you, the guys wake up a little bit after you, and you do a couple of things about the ship. As you come back, you observe these two just sitting with their implements and going, make an intelligence check. 2. Jesus Christ!
Some god level stuff right here.
And you think nothing of it.
Like, huh, what a weird thing to
Hey,
do.
hey, Absolute. You ever think about meditating on your common spell?
I'm bringing water and food to this.
Okay.
She kind of sits up in bed and takes the offered food and drink. Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Weird.
Would you like a nip of wine?
Okay.
A nip of wine?
Okay.
Here is water, you're drinking all of this as well. And here is a glass of wine.
Thank you.
Eckert had some good stew.
Is that the wine or the water?
The water. I mean the wine. It's the wine.
But now the water, you're having that as well. As well as this, it's like this sausagey stew with vegetables. It's very thick.
That was the nip of a giant.
But when I drink it makes me a little less sad.
Oh god.
But eventually, if you keep doing that, you won't feel anything at all.
But
including happy.
But
you will never be happy.
But that doesn't sound so bad.
But Vissa, that is all you're getting for now.
Please do not encourage my niece to become an alcoholic.
I was saying that you shouldn't because you will never feel happy again.
Vissa.
What are we going to do today? Let's talk about that. She begins to eat some of the stew with the bread.
What do you want to do? We are going to be active today. What do you feel when you hear the word we are going to be active today?
I want to go to the inn.
go to the inn. We are still a few days from.
You are in the harbor at Vincent.
We are in the harbor?
Mm-hmm.
You just got back the previous evening and pulled back into the
Yeah,
harbor.
because he had, yeah. Oh no, never mind. Frank's not there anyway.
He had contacted Frank basically as you were pulling into the bay.
I forgot that.
Go back to the inn.
Go back to inn.
I like the room there. Maybe you could get some. They have good food there.
You're feeling food?
Yeah.
Today?
I think so.
Just food.
Yeah. Okay. And are we going to go talk to?
We should go talk to
finish the job. Do we go back to the? Are we supposed to go back to the? Are you supposed to go back to the villa of those that couple, whatever their name was?
Yes.
So, just to be sure, just clear again, we're not telling them about the giant. Just that there is something powerful there.
I don't see why not, to be honest, I guess.
We don't tell them that we left anyone behind because we don't want no for sure that we did.
Where do we write down that we talked about it?
I believe you said that you were not going to tell them about the giant.
We were going to say that there's some powerful thing. We
Yes.
found some powerful forces. I forget.
I honestly don't see why we wouldn't tell them about this. It might discourage them from sending more people there to their deaths. If we just say there's some vague mysteriousness, they're going to keep trying because it's not definite and it's more hocus pocus superstition, which they clearly don't believe in.
Well, whatever you tell them, make sure they are convinced not to go that way. Otherwise,
How reasonable did these people seem to you?
Not particularly. But if we tell them there's an actual thing there that we met and spoke to
Find out about it.
that actively destroyed their ships and denied us the ability to retrieve them, lest we be destroyed as well, that might be a bit more convincing, I would think.
That sounds good to me.
Nevertheless, we did uncover the fate of what happened to their ships.
Exactly.
we found out what happened.
Thus, the job is complete, and you get.
You do not want to send any more people through there. There is protected, I think, would be
Yes.
as simple as it needs to be. Well, you have fun on it.
Okay. So,
I'll take Vissa back to the inn.
right, you guys accompany as well? You accompany them?
Back to the inn, or do you want to go to?
Do you want to go immediately?
I don't care. We can go with you guys back to the inn. Are you coming with us to visit the people? Well, then there's no reason for us to go to the inn. We can just go.
Okay. As you exit the boat back onto the shores, you make your way through the busy city streets. It's a nice warm day, a little bit humid, and you arrive at the inn about a half hour's walk later.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna kind of detour Vissa.
Well, sure. So you guys continue. You just started to head through the city streets while these two begin to go toward the villa of Katuro and Mary, which was north of town, just a few miles. So you walk with Vissa.
Yeah, I was going to detour into the big bazaar market.
Oh, this place is busy.
I hope you do not mind. I wanted to pick up. There were some things that I noticed is missing from my pick that we could have used, and I just wanted to pick stuff up.
Sure, I'll come along with you, I guess.
Blatant lie. Really, I just want to take this around to look at shiny things. And,
Sure. You
and
take a detour.
toys and food and.
A detour into the sun market, which, as always, is bustling, especially early in the day like this. Many people, many shops and stands under tents. Again, it's the same scene, basically almost like a city of just winding bazaar of tents and pavilions and carts and such. What do you look for? Anyone in particular? Or do you just wander about?
Wander about.
You wander, and it seems to, even though
Well,
you're
yeah.
not really stopping to buy anything,
I mean, if something catches her eye, I'm gonna
Make a perception check.
catches this eye. But yeah, perception I'm not so bad on. 16.
Vista doesn't really seem to get much interest in anything. She's more seems to be following you around. You see some of the shops you saw before, the gnomish jeweler. There's a pottery stand where a halfling turns pottery on a wheel, shaping it with her hands. And you continue on past some spice stands, one selling meat, like fresh meats and herbs in bundles from the ceiling of a cart kind of object. Nothing super interesting, and definitely nothing is catching this eye.
Okay. I just kind of the whole point of this is to take an hour or two and stop at things and like go, oh yeah, I need this. I don't know. Vissa, what do you think? What do you like here? And like actively engage her in thinking about things that are not.
What do you need?
Well, I wanted to see if they had more diamonds, so I think we might stop here. What jewels do you like? Like looking at the setup that this man has. Hello again. Kind of like
Hello.
hello once again.
Do you bake? You bake to purchase?
Maybe doing some shopping belt.
You talked about a diamond last time. The big one.
The.
Do you still want that cut down?
Oh, well, maybe. I was also looking at just, can I look at some of your rings and stuff? When
Of course!
Jewels and bands and stuff like that.
He goes under the counter, pulls out a big wood box, unhooks it. You see an array of rings, earrings, some necklaces and other sorts of chains with pendants, all different sorts of metal, some set with jewels, amethyst, aquamarine, rubies. This doesn't seem to be much interested in it. She just kind of looks over it.
I like sapphires, Lisa. See the dark blue in it? Which one do you like?
Oh, it's so pretty.
My uncle says that emeralds look good on me because they complement my eyes.
Emerald, do you see an emerald? I do not see an emerald.
You see a necklace with a very small pendant, just simple, of gold, set with a very small, nicely cut emerald.
Pretend I don't see it.
So, yeah, they're very pretty. You finding anything you want here?
Well, if Vissa sees an emerald, and I'll kind of like give him the eyes.
Her eyes pass right over the emerald.
I am looking for kind of an awkward silence. Hear about this one, and we'll like dutifully lead her along to point it out.
She, with your prompting, finally observes it.
Is it the emerald? I am not sure.
That one's an emerald.
No?
Aye, you got it right, little one.
What do you think?
You want to purchase it?
What do you think? And I'll like hold it up. Is there like a mirror nearby?
Hey, you want a mirror? Yep. Pulls a little wooden mirror out of the another pouch or another drawer under the desk. Very fetching. Well, you should pick it up.
Kind of like
Can't imagine it'll be here more than another 5-10 minutes before someone else picks it up.
here, hold here. You know, kind of like have her hold it in front of herself.
It's nice.
Just trying to engage.
It's fine.
Well, what do you think? Is this something that you would like to have?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
This,
What?
we'll be back. Kind of
All right.
back his things.
All right. This is not going to be here. I'm very busy. I've got lots of clients. Clamoring for this one. You don't see anyone else coming up to a stand at all.
I believe you. We will not be long.
Highly in demand.
Mm-hmm.
Tourists. And you walk off. Let's see. This is so sorry.
It's alright. It's alright. Is there anything else that you'd like to shop for?
I want to go to the inn.
No?
I just don't want to go to the inn. So. I'm tired. I didn't sleep very well.
Alright. We go back to the inn
You take the next. Takes you about 20 minutes to get back to the Rook and Hound. And whilst this is happening, Mirwin and Worth, what do you do? On your way back, make a perception check, actually.
Methinks I see, because that'll be a 23.
As you are heading back, you notice something on the, not really on the horizon, but something in the city. Looking up, and you get a smell from it too. There is smoke in the sky. A column.
Anybody else seem to like notice
You look around and yeah, people are starting to notice this.
that?
A blackened column rising into the sky.
Where's it coming from?
It is coming from inside La Ville Rose district. With that perception check, you can pretty much tell that. Let's see, where is my map?
Where's the map? It's on the map. On the map. On the map.
And the map.
It's back that way. There it is.
So,
Awesome. I'll go ahead and pin that bad boy.
so you're coming from the large Sun Market, which is the open area on the big open area. It looks like it's a little bit north of the E in La Ville Rose.
That's not where.
Yeah, you got a good perception. It's approximately where the Scholars Guild is.
Not where our inn is.
Not where your inn is. That's a little bit south of the R in Rose. Miro and Worth, as you walk, please make perception checks.
Whatever.
Yeah, you notice it, and if you're just like,
I
whatever.
go.
In fact, you even notice that there appears to be a second one, a little bit behind it.
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
13.
9.
It's not hard to notice this. Yeah, you see the smoke as well. This black-gray column rising from indistinct points somewhere north of you in the city. Probably you can guess it's in La Ville Rose district.
Where am I? Are we still on the ship?
You are just heading into town from the ship, from the docks area.
Are there people around me?
I wasted about
Yeah.
an hour or so.
There's a decent amount of people around you.
I want to ask someone.
You smack some guy. Boss?
Sir.
It's a half-orc, kind of a shrivelly looking half-orc. Boss?
Do you know what the smoke is from?
Was ist this? Das ist eine
I guess not.
Smoke. Das ist Smoke.
Was ist das?
Yes, smoke. So you don't know
Something
what
is
it's
burning.
Thank you for your time.
You notice that more people begin to look up and just observing it. But there's not a whole lot of reaction other than just, hey, look at this smoke. Something must be burning.
Part of me wants to go find out what it is, but part of me wants to go finish this job.
It's just the stupid scholars.
Maybe I want to watch them burn. Merwin, do you see the smoke?
I do see the smoke.
It coming even a little bit from the Smallers Guild. The Scholars Guild makes me roll my eyes and just like usher Vissa. Well, that must be a fun thing. No.
Let's take care of one crisis at a time.
It'd be a
Fine, let's go.
I'm sure the fire brigade or somebody will take care of it.
I hope it's the Scholars Guild. I hope Martinius is dead. No, I hope he's alive and is in pain for the rest of his short and miserable life.
Maybe.
Martinius. Martinius.
You want to go laugh in his face, don't you?
Yes, I do, but that can wait, I suppose.
All right. So you guys, do you just grab the horses and leave town?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. So you pull your horses out of the hold of the Larkspur. Right north. You pass fairly close to where these columns of smoke are originating from. You smell pretty strongly this rising smoky odor. Make another perception
I thought
check.
we were going south.
Yeah, I thought we were going south.
Katuro and Mary's villa is north. Wait, no.
No,
That's where Melody's villa is. Melody's
They
villa is
live
north.
near the coast, 5 miles south.
That's right. So you exit the city, not paying any more attention to the smoke. And
You couldn't have not corrected him for 30 more seconds.
Yep. Whatever, Mr. Always pointing out things that are going to hurt us in battle to make it more interesting.
and heading south.
What?
Anyway.
A little more than an hour's ride goes by, and you arrive at the Villa Venetius about the time that Absoluth and Vissa get back to the inn. You arrive up at the gates. The valet greets you. Ah, you have returned to settle with my master and mistress.
We have.
I will go and announce your arrival and be back in a moment. He goes off. A couple minutes later,
I look to see if the massive turds are still there.
From the...
you glance over at the spot, and they're not there anymore. Someone has had the displeasure of cleaning up that huge load.
Fun.
Right this way, my good sirs. And she leads you in, up to the entrance of the villa, where you see Gaturo, the short, fat, bearded man with bald head, and his tall, severe wife, standing outside waiting for you guys.
Well, what has happened to my ships?
Unfortunately, they have been destroyed.
Oh, man.
What happened to them?
There appears to be a creature that lives in the Tempest Islands that does not take kindly to intruders.
What sort of a creature?
A large creature.
So it is not pirates?
It is not pirates.
It's not pirates.
It is something far more powerful than that.
And there is nothing left of our ships?
We were not allowed to look further, lest we be destroyed as well.
He blubbers for a minute.
They are completely gone?
You knew this was a possibility.
But what? We've lost a fortune.
Every gamble can be a loss.
So we shouldn't send ships that way anymore?
No.
Not unless you want to lose again. I would not
We do
recommend
not want to lose again, not like that.
It is not my fault.
Katuro. Oh, Katuro.
He looks at his valet, looks at Worth,
Well, pay the man.
and he leaves. He and his wife go back inside.
Oh, Melody wants to see you at her villa afterwards. Now be gone. Les bâtards.
I'm thinking of Ratatouille and the big fat chef that was dead.
Oh yeah, basically.
Gusto.
They disappear inside the house, bickering. The valet, I apologize, I will, but return with payment is forthwith. He goes back in, returns with a small wood chest. Opens it up. Nice pile of gold inside.
100 gold pieces for each of your party members. So 300 total.
I'm trying to remember what the agreed upon price was.
You did not agree upon a price.
We did not?
You only agreed upon a favor from Melody,
I thought we had...
unless I'm mistaken.
Oh well, we've got more money. We've
Um,
got more money.
Wasn't it like 100 platinum?
Yeah,
Might be wrong.
they gave us 90 platinum
Oh.
and Absolute. They gave it to us and Absolute gave
Oh,
it
that's
to
right.
Raziella.
And then, okay.
Yes.
Very well.
So this payment then
Those for us.
is for you guys.
Was it? Because I feel like it was half an hour. I don't remember what
No, yeah, we'd asked for half now, half later. They just gave it all to us.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, they gave us the whole like 90 gold pieces we had negotiated on. Because we said 100, they said like less than that, and we negotiated up to 90.
So we don't get any more unless in a huff they just gave more money.
Yeah, as a,
It seems like that might be what happens.
yeah, I think so.
Just pay the man, let's get out of here kind of situation from Turo.
Very well. Take what they gave us, like, well, thanks, and load it up on the horses and leave.
You leave
Before they change their
immediately.
minds.
You leave immediately. The valet escorts you, opens the gates. You trot on out of town, and another hour later, you arrive back in the city. The cloud, the smoke is still rising.
Well,
A little bit less now, it seems.
let's go stop at the inn, and then I want to see what has happened.
So back at the inn with Vissa, you get there, Absolith. I want to go to the room.
Да. I was thinking of going up to maybe one of the restaurants and picking something up. Would you like to go with me and we can eat out, or would you like me to bring you something back?
You go. I'll just stay by myself for a little and drink.
But you like to eat though. I mean, you know, if it wasn't today and everything wasn't.
They have something here that they call pasta. It's from Transia,
Да?
and there's some good places I hear about. I hear that there are places.
You haven't hit it yet though.
No,
Да.
not very common back in the West.
That you, yeah. But okay. Pasta. Well, maybe I'll find a place and we can go tonight or something like that. Yeah?
Okay,
We'll be back in a few.
thanks.
I'm gonna go get pasta.
All right. You leave the inn, looking once more up at the columns of smoke, which have lessened in their intensity. You go, huh? Unless you think otherwise of them. But you go and find a nice place.
No, I have a quest right now. It's not those columns of smoke.
You go and find a nice place a few blocks away, a little storefront, restaurant front called Frangelico's. It's got a small patio area where guests eat, drink. Inside you go, and up to the desk, and you order some pasta.
I want a dish of pasta. I have heard of pasta. I want a dish of pasta.
Of course, so what kind of pasta do you? Oh my god!
I have no idea what kind of pasta I want. I am from a.
We have pasta.
We broke the DM.
We have.
He broke himself. It's his own accent.
The DM broke himself.
He broke himself.
We have a different. We have a fettuccine.
The fettuccine.
A carbonara. Ziti. Ziti, very good. Cheese. Lots of cheese and so creamy.
So creamy.
Mario, you have a little bit of spaghetti on your overalls.
We're gonna
Thank
feed
you, Luigi.
I'm gonna feed you so much you're gonna explode all over the wall.
I want, it all sounds so good. Whatever you sell the most of, and if I can, I would like to take it from here. I have someone that is a comfort food, and they are not leaving the room. You understand?
You want to take the pasta from this place to a different place. Not that place.
Da, I cannot get her to leave room. I was hoping that you could accommodate. I will buy it when it comes in from if I must. Da?
Seems to mull this over for a minute. See, allow me just a moment. And he retreats into the back. You hear some spirited conversation. He comes back with this pot. It's got a lid on it. He brings it out, puts it on the counter. This is my finest ziti. Now you want to take it. You want to take it and go, and I will and you will pay to take it out. I have just had the greatest idea.
You're welcome. How much?
I will call it Take Out. And it will be the wildest sensation in all of Drenzia.
Take his hand and shake it.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Grazie.
How much do I owe you for this?
Oh, it's just about with the pan, 4 silver for
4 silver.
including the pan.
I'm hungry on 4 silver.
Angelo, I must tell you about this. I have just had an idea. Eureka! He excitedly goes back into the back.
Okay.
And you have just assisted in the inventing of takeout. In the inception of takeout. And you got a big pot just brimming with delicious ziti. Nice 4-cheese ziti.
Why do you always do this to
You make us
us?
hungry every
We're
time.
in like
Oh, if you think it's bad, you think it's bad now.
I want some
I
pasta.
did this to these guys at Nevermore.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'll get a bottle of wine somewhere.
Yeah, he gives you one. He gives you one for free.
Hey, cool. Awesome.
This is for the idea.
No, grazie. Is word I have picked up from you.
Grazie. Sì. Come back again, please, soon. Frangelico's. Tell all your friends about Takeout. Going to be buying a lot of pans. Francisco,
What? You are selling a lot of pens.
let us talk to the pan guy.
You will be making him money as well.
See, money for everybody. Takeout.
Take the whole pan.
You head out with the
Try not
pan.
to burn my hands, and I'll take that back to Vista.
You arrive back in the room.
Whoa! It smells so good. I bought a lot.
That is all. And you got the pan to bring it in.
It just happened to be the way it was.
What
Get
is
some glasses, will you? And maybe 2 forks. I forgot to ask for utensils.
Oh, okay.
Will you run and grab those?
She goes downstairs, returns with a couple of forks, a couple of wine glasses. Well, more like tankards, but.
Pour and share meal.
Thank you.
Ah.
And she does seem to enjoy the pasta and wine very much.
This is, he said it was viti or is the
so good.
I don't, he was talking very fast and in accent I don't understand.
It's really good. It's really good. Thank you.
Does.
You did all this for me. That's
Feel I was
really
hungry
nice.
too. But
Yeah. You can sense that you've succeeded in lifting Vis's spirits significantly over the course of this afternoon.
healing is a long process. Oh, I want some ziti so bad. I'm looking at pictures of ziti.
Oh my God.
Computer.
You two get back to the city.
I watched someone make a gnocchi and I was like,
Love me some gnocchi. Entering through the south gates in the Route district, what do you do?
Are we gonna drop off the horses or take them with us to the inn?
I wanted to go. We'll take a visit at the end, but I want to go in, assess the state of Vissa. Also, split up the money now, and then go check on
You back to the inn
smoke.
at about 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon. You enter the Rook and Hound. They are nowhere to be found, but you head up to the rooms to check. And yes, sure enough, Vissa and
Both like doing this. Oh, that was heavy meal.
Vissa and Absoluth are sitting around with this pan still with something in it. A bottle of wine, mostly empty, just having stuffed themselves.
Oh, we had pasta. It was really, really good.
What's pasta?
It is this stuff in the pan here.
It's from Trenzia. Here, eat it. This is called ziti.
It was big problem in finding out because it is so good and then it hits you like brick house.
Really
How
does.
just it's so tasty and you eat like you've never eaten before and then you are just overloaded.
And with the wine too, I feel like I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah,
Extraordinary, like a lot.
da.
I could just go to sleep for
Is-
27 hours.
It is magic spell being kissed over us. Is sleeping poisoned. You should have some. I don't have any more forks. We don't have to eat after us. So go get your own. But
I'm
the
not
rest
eating
of-
anymore. You guys finish it.
You must be hungry from long horse ride in your way.
Yes, of course.
Take my dagger out and like scoop some up just to try to taste it.
Get a couple of penne noodles.
Fall off the side.
Dexterity. So, indescribable new flavor and texture. The sauce, the tomatoes, the cream you taste, the spices.
The tomatoes.
I take one of the forks and like wipe it off on my pants or something.
Take a couple bites. Yeah, the amazingness of this just overwhelms you.
I want it.
Olive Garden delivers.
My new game now is to see if I can make you guys order takeout during a session.
To be honest, I mean, look at me. It's not that hard.
Well, today, since we came over
I know,
early,
we didn't
we
eat.
didn't eat.
Order yourself some takeout then.
You're a
Next-
terrible person, Nicholas.
Next week we're going to Texaco where they have burritos.
Some sort of weird meat on a roller that someone's cranking.
And it's got cilantro, cheese, and guacamole.
Gorse and guacamole.
Gordo then.
Alright,
Gordo sounds really good too.
after this, Vissa, she has a lie down.
She would need one after all that
Go sit in
pasta.
the easy chair.
Yeah. This is good.
I'm going to take Ace closed time as well.
Okay. What are you guys gonna do?
We're gonna go see what's burning.
You eat a little bit more pasta on the way out. Polish off the wine. And the smell is stronger in the streets now. The smoke still is there, black. Two black columns, not too far away north of where you are in La Ville Rose. What do you do?
Oh! Before we leave, we tell them we split the money up. I got pays.
But
100 gold to each of the three party members.
And I tell Elsworth that they said Melody wants to see us.
Is that what he said? I
Yes, that's what he said.
did not understand what he said.
He said Melody wanted to see us.
What I heard was.
Well, whenever we were going that way, maybe later tonight because I am having like
Yeah, well, like, we don't have to today, but just.
Do I need to pause for a moment? Let's take a quick break because everybody's on their phones.
Yeah.
Okay, continuing. Where were we? Okay, you head back in through the south gates, the Route du Sud district, through the southern gate of the city, heading back north. And you, where were you? You just stepped out outside the tavern, outside the inn. Okay, yes, leaving Vissa and Absolute to sleep it off. You head outside, noticing the two smoke columns. Again, you smell it, but it's not quite as billowing right now. Wouldn't be hard to find where it's coming from, since there's a big beacon leading right to it.
Shall we discover things?
Yes, let's go check it out.
Easy to find where it is. And yes, you begin to head up the street, recognizing that it's that broad, nice street in La Ville Rose where the
Right
Scholars
back.
District is.
all the nudie statues.
You go past the Bard College, and that's another thing you notice. Somewhere on the campus of the Bard College, a building is burning as well.
Oh.
But first, you approach the remains of the Scholars Guild. You see that the collapsed structure, mostly just caved in, the blackened, smoking remains. And yeah, you realize this is not the only building. 2 buildings have been burned. It appears that the main blaze has been put out now, a fire brigade. There are still some guards around, keeping most people away, except for a couple of guards that are rooting around in there. What do you do?
That was the Seekers. That wasn't Martinius. Because, like, if it was just the one, it would totally be just Martinius being a chode.
You're asleep.
I go to investigate the fire and the charred remains.
You walk up to the little perimeter. So, ma'am, we are keeping people away from this area right now for the fire, for the safety.
Do you have any information on what caused this?
Who is asking?
I reluctantly pull out my the badge, the guild badge.
Oh, you are guild.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a fire here this morning, obviously, and another fire over on the campus of the Bard College. Do you have any ideas about this? Have you seen anything?
Not at all. We are simply being good citizens and offering our. If we could look around a little bit, perhaps we could give you more information.
Information.
He shouts over to his captain, his lieutenant, or his whoever's leading his division, and shouts in Atrin. And a second later,
Wait, come on into the building. Just take a look around. If you notice anything, just let us know.
Take a look in a book, a burning Bard College.
it's smoking, and you can still feel some heat, but the blaze is gone. You enter, walking over the remains of what once was the door frame, and yeah, it's all gone. You see basically just a hunk that used to be part of Martinius' desk, but the wall and everything, most of the walls are just destroyed.
I can't read anything. These books are charred. Made of ash, burning Bard College.
You can make out remains of bookshelves, lots of incinerated paper, and bodies as well. A good amount of bodies.
Ew.
Can I know where the fire started?
Make an investigation check.
I would also like to look around and investigate.
Yep, make an investigation check as you
18.
start rooting around. You look a while. You're unable to determine exactly where this thing started.
25.
Are you looking for the same thing?
Yes.
Like you guys kind of communicate that?
Hey, Mira, we should try to figure out where the fire started.
With that roll, you dig around until you find it's a really good roll. You find the remains of a torch and a fractured ball of clay material,
Ouch.
and it's incongruous to the rest of the stuff in the area. Just this fractured clay pot. Something like an alchemist's
What was
fire.
that guy's name?
An alchemist's fire, or something used to
Pietro
pour,
or whatever.
or something used to pour a flammable fluid lit with a torch.
It wasn't Martinius, it was
Would you say Pietro?
Pietro or something like that.
Petri dish?
Yeah, something like that.
Let me look.
All right, what do you do
I
next?
kind of signaled the guy who's in charge.
Yes.
I think we found something.
What are we looking at?
I think this is some sort of either alchemist fire or some sort of fire container that was used.
Picks up some of the shards of the clay.
I see.
Another one comes over, takes a look at it as well.
This very one may have contained flammable liquid. Doesn't exactly look like an alchemist fire to me.
Molotov cocktail.
We'll keep these. We'll collect these in evidence. Bring it back to the guard station. You don't see anything else around here of interest?
Not
You
yet.
see a lot of bodies are burned and blackened. Do you examine anything else?
Polito is the name.
Bilito, that's right.
I suppose the bodies are burned beyond recognition.
Make a medicine check.
Oh, medicine. That's a good.
And if you want to look at the bodies, you can make a medicine check as well.
21. Not a natural 20.
Yeah, see if anything is recognizable. Oh, I guess. I hate when it does this. 15.
That's nasty.
By your powers combined, digging around and even a little more closer to these than you feel comfortable getting, but you feel that something is weird about this. And on one of the bodies, with exposed bone, you notice a couple of slash marks, as if these men were killed with swords instead of by the fire.
Sir?
Wait.
It's entirely possible that these bodies were not killed in the fire. I point out the sword wounds, slashes.
Quoi? Oh.
This could have been all a distraction.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu.
Merde. Then what is the point of all this?
I do not know. Yet.
Massacre everyone inside the Scholar's Garden and burn it down.
I had their intentions and their true goals.
Let's go take a look at the Bird College. You two, come with me.
This one appears to be the one in charge now.
I'm Philippe.
Zephworth.
And
This is your.
Using your full name?
Come on
I
with
feel
me.
all official and like.
I will show you two. You appear to be good investigators. Come along with me.
takes you onto the campus of the Bard College, past a row of nudie statues. Near the amphitheater at the back of the campus, to the right and down a short path, is another hulking, burned structure.
Have a look at this one.
Very well. I go in and.
He follows you as well and just watches as you guys begin to investigate. He says,
This was the lower building.
I poke around and look for the source in here.
this structure, still a wide and broad building, but still just a single story. You also find a lot of bookshelves, burned, books, incinerated, bodies, yes. Make investigation checks.
Natural 20 for a total of 25.
I got a 22.
Good job, Ward.
You first examine the bodies
Indeed.
and find that this tracks definitely killed before the fire started with blades. And you find another one of those remains of the clay pot and what looks like half of it might have been half of a torch. It's harder to find on this one, but you can surmise that a similar method was used to light this building aflame after whoever did this massacred those inside.
I pointed out to Philippe.
Why these two buildings?
Perhaps there was information that was here. They wanted to, but there could have been easier ways to do that. Somehow we're being intentionally led off in a certain direction.
So whoever did this didn't want to be. They didn't want witnesses or something?
These people must have known.
Or some sort of vendetta thing, but even with something like that. Or is this gang related? I can't imagine it being gang related.
No, the gangs aren't this clever.
I rarely discuss that kind of thing happens this far north of the city.
What sort of what was in this building?
This was the College of Lore.
So I imagine there was a good deal of history.
Absolutely. Books, the lore bards, those who study it will become perhaps historians of Or some other type of learned individual.
The worst of all bards.
The history bard, the history nerd
Isn't
bard.
that Brecken?
Brecken's not a bard.
Well, he's not any class.
Well,
but
I know,
still.
they,
He
this,
doesn't
is,
play any instruments.
this is where they call it the College of Law.
No, it's a worthless bard.
So this place and the Scholars Guild, two institutions of learning, one could say.
So these people, if it was to get rid of information, they not only destroyed the information, but destroyed anyone who possibly could have known about it.
I mean, I suppose so. It lines up with what we have seen here. But,
Now-
but a Scholars Guild full of stuffy old men and a campus building on the university?
There are many things from the past that are yet undiscovered that could hold great power. Besides, someone who would go to these lengths isn't likely what we would call sane, perhaps.
I will report my findings to the captain of the guard. I thank you very much for your contributions to our investigation here. If we have further need of you, we'll make contact.
Very well, thank you. Do you have a body count? How many were killed?
We are still working that out. But you can come to the office or back to here. I'll probably be around here for days and days with all of this bull nonsense.
Would. You would.
Take quite a bit of paperwork and unraveling all this.
Of course.
You would.
I will leave you to it then.
Merci. You leave. Where do you go?
These were the only two buildings that burned?
Yes.
What other buildings are nearby?
There is the rest of the campus of the Bard College, not touched by any of this. The Scholars Guild was it kind of is a kind of standalone building next to a larger block of stuccoed buildings, mostly residences, apartments, a couple of small businesses, storefronts. But it was kind of a crappier little building in the area, just completely gone now.
All of the buildings that taught like instruments and singing and dancing and boning are still up, but the boringest one.
But perhaps
Two-
the most useful
Two
for us.
precision strikes, it seems.
Oh,
What?
Fete should be here any minute.
I thought you were saying 2 precision bolts strike you.
Oh,
And
no.
I was like, oh no! Oh no! And Absolute isn't there.
No, it like.
Okay.
Take a quick break again as we wait for food to come. Is it actually going to be?
Yes, it's said it's. Your driver is pulling up now.
All right. So, you leave the scene of the crime. Where do you go next?
Back to the inn?
Now it's still Absolute what we found.
You figure you had better tell Absolute. So you head back to the Rook and Hound. Up to the room and find both of them dead asleep. Just food coma.
Mira and I leave you to tell them. I'm going to go get a fork. Paul.
Okay.
Why don't you go get a utensil?
I'll grab 2.
Miran? You stand there watching the two sleeping forms.
I kind of kick Absolute's foot trying to wake her up. Hey you.
Привет!
That's why I stood down by her feet.
The blade of the sword just pointed at the ceiling.
Oh, you better not attack me at this state of time.
Absolute, we have something important to tell you.
It is just you.
That'll be important.
I have slept like a baby, and I feel that I have gained 30 pounds. Oh, that stuff is the incredible.
Food baby?
I will have to be more careful. I will warn that man when I go back not to sell such big portions to what is presuming 1%. Or maybe I am not yet.
Maybe he can have a family size.
That was family size.
Yes.
I eat for 2 usually. It is not baby joke, I am just large. Anyways, how was going out and doing whatever it was you were doing?
Am I back upstairs?
Yeah, you guys will head back up. There in the midst of the conversation, Absolute's got a sword
We're
in her
talking
hand.
We're talking about food babies.
Weird.
you just you dive in. It's a little bit cold, but God, it's just so good.
Yes, it was.
So we went and investigated that smoke.
And what found you?
There were
Burn bar collars burned down.
the Scholars Guild at the Bard and a building at the Bards College. Had been.
Oh no, the poor birds!
It was
Oh no!
it was the College of Lore, just that one building. So.
Oh, well, I mean, that is still very sad. I saw some of them coming out and they had big nerd butt glasses and large domes.
I don't think that's the end of it. I think they were covering something up.
Yeah, it looked like some of the bodies had been.
You're a messy eater.
Not normally, but this is really good in that kind of way.
Sword stabs. Sneaky,
Oh.
stabs.
They had slash marks on them. Some of them had been killed before the fire started. I'm assuming it was to cover something up. Maybe they were trying to hide something.
Yes, because the building in the college, the building on the college was full of books and.
Lore, so history. So I'm just gonna come out and say this. What if it was the Seekers?
Could very well have been seekers.
Not coming out that far.
Oh, that's not what I was winking at you for. Well done.
Then I
Well, these ones that you have been seeking or running from or what have you are in the city, so it could be. They are not too far behind on our trail. Oh, Boris!
Hmm.
Maybe you can do that thing that you learned to talk to the girl. The one pest mushroom forest.
What's she gonna tell us? She gave us all the information she had.
No, to warn her. To warn her that that things are going down.
That might be a good idea.
Maybe be extra cautious. That? It's not like, hey, we need your information, more like, hey, be careful.
Someone burned down the Scholars Guild and killed everybody in it.
We did not let your location slip, and if you covered your tracks well enough, then you are fine, but
I suppose.
this is what is going on. Da?
Alright, fine, if you guys think it's whatever.
I mean, if it is too much of a burden to ask. I
No,
guess
it
we
doesn't.
just go
It's,
through the-
I can do it. It just seems. Why would she care? And
Because
they can't.
her life is at stake. It is be aware of maybe danger.
Okay. What's her name again?
You send to Francesca, aka Valkanor.
Balkanor.
What's her name is now Francesca?
Her real name is Francesca. She covered it up, changed her name to an Elvish name after she ran away.
Balkanor.
Francesca. Bard College. Is it? destroyed. Lore College. No, sorry.
Scholars Guild.
Scholars Guild. Still two words of no canon.
So you started with
Francesca, Lore College destroyed. Scholars Guild destroyed.
Everyone killed.
Let me think. Possibly for what would we call it? What did she have a name for that thing? Or,
no, it was just the relic.
oh, relic. For relic.
Just warning.
Use extreme caution.
13, you're halfway done.
So I have how many left? Like
12. Yeah, you were pretty concise.
this is Warith. Didn't reveal your location. Hope you are well.
Hope you are well. Kisses.
Bye.
You wait a moment, listening.
I didn't tell her how to respond. So.
You hear back in your head.
Okay, good. I was worried that.
Warith, thank you for letting me know. I am saddened at the news. Tell me, what of Thomas?
Well, I can't do that again without using another spell slot, right?
Uh-huh.
Then maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, is that all she said?
See, you instead of saying all those extra things, you should have said everyone's dead.
And that's all she says.
Gosh, Thomas, like, has to be her, like, close companion.
I still think we should have told him in the first place.
Friend or otherwise. I don't know why did Absolute go? No.
Well, I don't remember exactly who it was, but you decided. She asked, and one of you said, with a successful deception check, he's fine. I don't remember which one of you
I
said
doubt
it.
it was me because I
Sounds
don't.
like you.
That sounds like something you do.
No, it doesn't because I wouldn't care to
Oh, that's
protect
true.
her feelings.
I don't know.
It doesn't sound like it was me.
Well, it happened, so here we are.
Let me see what my notes say.
Uh-oh.
Everyone's gonna pull up her keen mind hood. Now let's see. Oh, my back.
Or technically 3. So I used 3 charges.
Yes, 3 charges, so you could use it again.
Yeah, I know I could use it again, but I'm thinking.
But you'd have to recharge it. Sure.
What if we go up to see what's her face and then?
Are we going to do that tomorrow or tonight? Or,
What time is it?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it would be mid-afternoon.
At lunch. You guys check that thing, maybe it took an hour or so.
We could go in the morning.
It was 2 p.m. when we returned from talking to the people.
Mm.
And then we went to Scholars Guild and then we
Yeah.
came back. And I do not have it written down.
Okay, that's
Who
fine.
deceived her?
That's fine. All right, let's continue.
30 days.
Let's continue. So,
what you do.
Are we going to see her tomorrow?
I have no intention of leaving this room. Be completely honest with you. I have every intention of staying here and enjoying this wonderful feeling that I have not felt in
Uh-oh.
so long.
Who is it?
It's me.
Oh, they'll come in.
I'll go open the door.
Bracken enters.
Bracken, you just missed pasta. I don't know how much is left because Vareth scarfed.
Oh, pasta.
I'm not very big. I don't think I ate very much.
She's out. Thank you for spending time with her. What is the news? The burning buildings.
Oh,
I saw them. Did you check it out?
Yes,
we
we
did. The lore college at the Bard University has been destroyed, as well as the Scholars Guild.
Okay, obviously those two things are correlated, and that seems very bad.
Yes.
Not only were they burned, but we found bodies that were killed before the buildings were set on fire.
Oh no.
Yeah. So,
Oof. This is all digesting now and I'm getting the burps.
what possible things could we have missed in there that someone else found and is now completely out of our reach?
Well, we've never been to the Bard College.
No. And now we never can find
Lower
it.
building. Oh my goodness.
Maybe they have it all backed up with using Big Blaze.
Who knows? Maybe there was no information there and they burned it down
No, we got the good information last time.
in case there was any information
So are you
that they
thinking,
might
or
not have known.
are you all thinking what I'm thinking?
That it was the Seekers?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I mean, it is very obvious.
Yeah, they're in town and they're certainly not doing nothing at all while they're in town.
We need to redouble our efforts.
Oh,
Are you going to meet with Melody tonight?
I'm thinking of doing that in the morning.
we certainly could.
Let's hold up here for the night, just in case. And then in the morning, I'll make sure that Melissa and I will go to the ship.
Here's the
wise.
thing is that the powerful sorceress has cast a spell on this dish and it has made me immovable.
I see.
Absolutely cannot leave this room.
Well,
It's impossible.
let's just stay in tonight then.
We'll need more wine.
Maybe another one of those pasta dishes.
Oh yeah, that smells good.
So I'll send another message to what's her face.
All right. Our last words were, "What up, Thomas?"
25 words, 2 used, he's dead.
You can
Let me count. What?
like go on and on about how sorry you are and
Does that sound
the
like
terrible loss. And
Okay, let me
he
count. Let me.
does flowery words sometimes.
Only as an act. I regret to inform you that Thomas was killed in a gang fight. He was!
It sounds like a lie though.
What am I up to now?
13. Lord, I don't know.
That was 13. So, between skags and razors, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. What? What about the fire? What? A gang war? He was a scholar. What? 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 Are you lying to me? What?
Ha tragedy, ha ha. Break.
And you can't respond.
Gang war? That's it.
Okay. Well, I think we may have done more harm than good.
I can't believe you went with gang war. I mean, it wasn't a lie, but Jesus Christ.
You could have just said he was killed. You didn't have to. She could have assumed it was in the fire.
Stitch is bad over here. The Taliban just moved back in. Like, what do you want?
What a curveball. This is like, oh, destroyed in the guild. We're like, no, in a gang war.
I was trying not to lie too much.
In a gang war.
Unbelievable.
Why do you care if you lied to her?
Okay,
Lies are difficult to keep straight.
you get that back, angry sounding, confused, dispirited reply. But you can do not but think about what she said.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Meh.
This is gonna be your new pen pal.
I'm gonna go
Can
get
some-
some wine.
Can somebody send him a message, or does he have to send it first?
He has to send it first.
Yes. Yep, he's the only one that can actually use
See,
sending.
just never message her again, and you'll be fine.
Ghost her.
Left on red.
Oh.
Okay. Brecken brings back some wine. He says, where was that place you got that?
Oh, the pasta.
That pasta.
Absolutely tells with the place.
Angelicals.
I was gonna say Francesca's.
Frangelico. And what is that called again?
That one was Zini. I do remember that. That one was Zini. But he also listed off.
Zini Mioto. Right, Zini, okay.
listed off like
Oh goodness.
four or five other ones.
You want me to get a different one this time?
Oh, if you want to see him like very happy, just say, I heard of this new thing that you were doing called takeout, and I am very interested in that, and watch him explode and give you free wine.
Is that where he sells you the pot, too? Is that what this is?
Yeah, I asked him, so this is hilarious. I asked him just to take it away and eat out, and I saw his like eyes glaze over, and he had a brilliant idea, and he was so happy. And if you want to see that same happiness, you will say the thing that I told you to say, and he will like rejoice and dance around probably, and give you free wine, because he gave me this bottle of wine for free, and I pick up just the whole bottle and like.
I'm gonna go and get more pasta. In another enormous amount, and let's just sit here and stuff ourselves.
Oh, that sounds amazing, but I am still so full.
Well, I'm not, I'm hungry, so
Maybe I'll have some. Maybe I'll just skip a little.
Maybe just a little. Just
Oh,
a bite.
no.
Brecken returns an hour later.
he says, this one, he says, is called carbonara. It's got ham in it.
Bacon.
Boom.
Sets the thing down.
Let's have at it. And yeah, free wine. Oh man, he was so absolutely, just the look on his face. I don't know how to take out. Looked like I just told him the greatest news in the world.
We have griefed now. We just send a different person every time and come back with free wine.
You think we could sell him the pots, Frank?
Maybe. Maybe he'll give us.
Maybe it'll be like in Japan, where you have to pay fee if you do not return the pens. Because they do that with the bento boxes, da?
I bet he'll work that out eventually. This is a new venture for him.
Da.
Maybe he could set up like a returning
If they do courier service,
a
then they just.
return customer thing.
Oh, da. Here, fill this up with candy.
Like the milkman.
Yeah, like you do with kombucha bottles.
He should hire you all as like consultants or something.
It's not our fault. We're from the future.
Of course you are.
We have visions of the future where these things are already fleshed out.
Let's bar the door and get smashed. Not Visser, of course.
She's still sleeping,
I
isn't
pick
she?
up a chair and I bar the door with it. Why don't I just sit in chair? Lisa!
Huh?
So, ooh, we got more pasta. How are you feeling
Oh,
about it?
alright. I've had no registering too.
Also, we are all here now. We
Oh,
are
what?
all here and hanging out in safe place.
What are we doing tonight?
We are
We're going to eat and drown our sorrows in food.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's train
You
ourselves.
and me, however, are not going to go as him as we did on the Zini or whatever it was called.
Probably not a good idea. Let's moderation, I guess.
I am still so full. Because I basically did nothing but sit here and process it.
It's so heavy inside you.
Let's call it for a joke.
Oh no, definitely not.
We're gonna be zooted tomorrow though after having 2 pasta meals.
You guys dig in. Pasta, wine, bar door. The evening progresses.
Door made out of a bard.
What do I do to get you to open for me, baby?
They know what to do.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
You do anything else, Chinese? You
Drink.
drink?
I do magic tricks with my minor illusion and mage hand.
Oh, you practice. So you sit around. You watch Morris now a few times. Start to.
I want to tap like Brecken on the opposite wrong shoulder.
Reading a book.
He's nerd.
Are you
course,
going?
you brought
Are
a
you
book
going
with
on? Interesting. You see this vaguely digit-like black smoke, sort of dark energy tendrils. Whenever he reaches out with this mage hand power that he's discovered, he can manipulate some objects with it. He can pull the chair in and out, tap you on the shoulder, various other things. It's very interesting to watch him start to manipulate this this little ball of fey energy manifesting into these shadowy digits.
I use it to get me another drink.
Across the room, you and it drags the bottle across the floor, bringing it to you.
It is wicked stuff.
It's quite handy now that I think about it.
Can be.
Because it's a hand.
Yes, clearly I meant to use that as
What do you plan on doing with it? Like, this is obviously entertainment, but practical use, da?
opening a locked cage perhaps we're in. Of course I could do that with this.
Yeah, you have things to do.
Well, if we're in a jail cell, captured, we could use it to get out.
Mage.
Or
What are you getting that power from? Anything in particular? Or is it just innate ability?
it comes from here and there. I have various trinkets and stuff, and I show her the little pin.
What if we take that?
Little brooch.
Well, some of these things that I can do come from a source like this fake steel. And some don't.
He meditates with it. If you ever see him just sitting there, he goes. She doesn't
Yes.
meditate.
Imagine what you could do if you meditated on. Call it
You're
fell.
like, make an intelligence check.
One of these times.
Ooh. But hold on. -1, 16.
You think, okay. With this these new abilities you see him beginning to unlock via this meditation that he keeps talking about over and over again. You think, what could be the harm? To take the shard of comet fell. Close your eyes and focus on it. You think, what could be the harm? Maybe he's interested. maybe something happened.
Pull out one of the other shards. Not that fun.
And as you
I pull out the old one that I took from the book, like the oldest one. Can I? Because it's going to throw a complete wrench into the plan. Can I make a Constitution saving throw to remain awake because I've had 2 big pasta meals and wine?
yes.
And you're sitting there meditating and just
Exactly what I was thinking. Like,
make a con save. As
all
you,
of a sudden we
you
hear
close your eyes and just
snoring.
oh, saving throw.
Saving throw. You're plus 10 on con save.
Yes, darn my era of alacrity because that's a 22.
Yeah. You know, you begin to feel this feeling as you link with this shard. And you kind of feel this bridge between it and the other shards. And it definitely keeps you awake. And there's this feeling in your mind almost like a conduit expanding. With your knowledge of what you know of your techniques learned from Ryle in the book. This, you kind of feel more imbued with the power of your brothers and sisters of your order. And you are attuned to a piece of equipment that is now in your inventory. The shards of Comet Fell.
When I get this feeling, I need sexual healing.
And you will notice upon equipping it and attuning to it that you've got a cantrip that you've learned.
Oh. Oh.
You now know the power of Sacred Flame.
What's that do?
What's that?
Oh no. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Now you've got a little bit more utility without using a slot.
Not using a slot.
What's it do?
I mean, it's Sacred
Sacred
Flame.
Flame.
It's
I don't know
Sacred
what that
Flame.
means.
It's especially because I'm this level.
You become a flamethrower?
It's 2d8. Flame-like
2d8.
radiance descends upon a creature, as you can see within range.
Next level will be 3d8. Oh my goodness.
Target
This
must,
is a flamethrower.
so the target must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 2d8 radiant damage.
It's just a powerful.
Blast of radiant energy.
Cool.
It's like because it's 60 feet. It's and it's using my save. Oh no. I may never touch this stupid sword again. It's just like, here, do you want like an ever-growing, ever-powerful ranged weapon forever? Here's Sacred Flame.
Nice.
Now you've got a little bit more ranged utility. Yeah, baby.
I mean, because I can hit twice with the Nazarene look. but-
It's just it's another good option. You can still do and you can still smite with Mazarin Lock when you find yourself in close range.
Ah,
You can't smite with Sacred Flame, but it's got a utility. It's got a nice range on it, so
smite.
woot, nice balanced options. All right, so you after that,
After that,
then you fall the heck
I
asleep.
pass out exhausted. Yes. That is the straw that broke the absolute fact.
I failed on so many intelligence checks. I made that item like a month and a half ago.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm back.
So you watch Worth play with his abilities. You learn a new power. The rest of your night passes in relative happiness, and it's a relative good time. Vissa sometimes takes the conversation, sometimes withdraws a little bit. But overall, you have a nice night in and secure with the door barred. Nothing goes the door barred. He plays and sings
Gather
the song of the chair.
round as I tell you a tale.
And the night passes, and the day dawns. You get a long rest, regaining those abilities. What do you do in the morning?
Feel zooted as hell because I just had a.
Anybody else awake when I'm awake? When I wake up?
You all awake, I'll say within a few minutes of each other.
Absolute is up.
Absolute's already up a little bit early. You see her just kind of muscling. Oh, what if?
No, it's gross.
I've been scarred for life. I think I need to make a psychic damage. No.
Yeah, she's got some toned guns.
She's full of muscle. Ibs, ibs.
The first you really noticed, you're not into it.
I'll let Worth figure out if he's into that or not. I don't need to attract all the boys in the yard. If I need a
My
boy,
milkshake.
I don't need to cavort with my party members. That's what the Bard College is for.
Soon you find yourselves all awake,
Put on
including
wife-beater shirts and walk around the castle.
including Brecken and Vissa. Are you all off then?
I suppose we should go.
Give Melody my regards.
I will.
Oh, da. You give your regards.
Yes, of course. It's our friend. Vissa, what would you like to ask? I don't know.
Have we figured out any more how to use the face deal?
No. Should I meditate on it?
Yes.
I guess I can try.
Wondrous things happen, like cheap diesel.
I wonder what would happen this.
And I'll just like crackle flame in my hands.
You see this? She
Holding the
watches
oldest piece of cotton.
as you this radiant energy shoots up your hand.
That's new.
I sit with thing like said. I think I can chuck it too. I haven't tried yet because we are inside.
See what happens when you listen to Warren.
It worked one time.
Could work once, it could work again. Vissa, do you remember the time on the island where you...
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if you tried to meditate on the shard. It would be any different. Just don't burn the hotel.
Well, I'm afraid that might happen, I don't know.
It probably won't, but maybe do it outside,
Yeah.
just in case.
John Brecken could go to park.
Yes. Sit in the park. Have a
Put
lovely
on
day.
disguise.
You want me to take the shard then?
You put on disguise.
That's a good question. Maybe you should do it on the boat.
Okay, we'll do it on the ship.
On the deck. Not underneath the sail. But the sails are up. I mean, are rolled up. So.
You burned a hole in the boat that one time.
Exactly. So be careful.
I'm not in the boat, but it was,
Yeah.
there was a big black charred spot on the
And we
wall.
all came down and saw that there was this hole. Yes.
So yes, your point stands. I'll do it up.
Julia,
Okay.
really?
The first time I learned to use the Fey Essence, wasn't necessarily in my control. It just happened. And
exploded out of his arms and burned the wall of the ship.
I
And
swear it never happened before.
and I took advice from you.
I had the experience. Now I've learned from my mistakes, so you
Look
don't
at
have
that.
to.
Sure. Sure. Got it.
Okay. So, Brecken and Vissa don their disguise
Yeah.
clothes. They're the ones that you got from the shop with the Goliath. Looking pretty, not like themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Disguised well, and they head out.
Going back to the ship. We will practice a couple of things there. Stay with the crew. Stay safe. You three, stay safe as well, alright?
Boy, see tomorrow. Maybe come back to the ship after you talk to Melody.
Oh, that we do. Assuredly, listen.
Okay, good. Why don't you three pack up your things as well?
It's a ride, right?
To Melody's house? It's a good amount of distance, yeah.
So I had to send a thing to you guys because it made me think of it. It probably didn't go through yet. It's about milkshakes.
Is it how they bring all the boys?
Stupid.
Perhaps.
Can't get rid of that. Don't want to get rid of that. Get rid of that. Actually. I cast Find Steed.
Yeah.
Are
You sit and reach out.
we watching her do this?
Yep.
Okay.
She sits right there. I guess you guys go outside. You get your horses, and while you're beginning to saddle up
Oh,
Comet and
fell.
Comet and Tinkerbell, Ab sits down.
Mirren, you want to take bets on what this is going to be this time?
She reaches out and creates a bond with an animal nearby or somewhere around.
Come on.
Big dog.
Yeah, I'm definitely betting it's not horse or deer like this time. It's going to be something very different.
You're kind of in the back where the stables are. And about 10 minutes later,
Maybe a bear.
you hear, and up comes this big boar.
Oh no!
Perfect for you, Abby.
I hid you for dinner last night. No.
Probably its offspring.
You were going to plague farmlands later on, aren't you? Scritches.
Scratches jowls, and it happily coos at you with its. And it kind of lowers itself a little bit.
Pit.
Does it have tusks?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big boar tusks.
I watched a thing on like pig tusks and warthogs and all that jazz.
Yeah.
That's cool. They're nasty. They're nasty beings. Wicked creatures.
Did you see the one with the one pig's in that one island and the tusks in the face?
Mm-hmm. And like, yeah. So it's their incisors. Normal pigs just have incisors go like this.
North out of town, several miles, until you see the villa of Melody Bonnet. Large, wide buildings. You are let in by valet. You trot up past those statues, dismount, and head into the villa.
Alright, my glorious work. You shall stay here, and you shall protect these other two horses. I would ride you into battle any day. You are formidable. And then afterwards we can eat you.
I pat Tinkerbell. Just Just don't look it in the eye.
I hate pigs.
Really?
I hate them so much.
They're kind of scary.
Hold on, I gotta do a thing. Figure out how to do a thing real quick.
Absolute is kind of so-so, but Ian hates
You hate them more than you hate corn?
But I like pork.
Mm.
I just don't like the concept of pigs. They're gross. They're big. They're hairy and sweaty. And
They don't sweat.
That's
why
why
they
they
roll
roll
around
in mud.
Go down.
They're
Can't
they're
sweat.
vicious animals.
They are vicious. That's why I think they're scary.
Baby pigs are cute, but
Yes, babies are almost any species are adorable.
the adults are they're giant and
I just don't like pigs. It's like I just don't like them. I don't know. Maybe I like fur.
I
Because I
got
don't
it.
like elephants
Furry.
either.
Really?
No, like all of the like.
But you like the hairless cats?
That's like not an ironic liking, but it started like I don't know, because they're still cats. I still like them enough, but like there's the baby elephant gifts that people adore,
Yes, I love our
and
baby
I just don't like elephants. I hate pigs, but I don't really like elephants. I do like full blown elephants, like the big ones, because I learned that they think the same part of their brain reacts to seeing humans as when humans see puppies.
That's interesting.
Yes, and
Which-
also I learned the other day completely not true.
Oh,
I was really disappointed.
ruined it.
Yeah,
It is too true. Don't tell us lies.
That's too bad.
It was a hypothesis. Somebody, hey, I wonder if they do this, and then it's.
I'm going to say that it is still true.
How?
I think it's adorable.
How did I printed something
It
off
could
at your
still
house
be true.
before? How does this?
Oh, buddy,
Again.
sorry.
Past the largest swimming pool, when she runs up to you.
Bonjour, my friends! You're back!
Bonjour, my dear.
What happened? What happened? Tell me everything.
It was
Oh,
quite
God.
an interesting story, actually.
How is it?
We went down.
I was going to just say, but you are going to say whole story, aren't you?
Yes, we do
Make
that.
it flowery.
Yes.
It was really simple.
Come in, let us sit down around on the couches and we will lounge around.
Sorry for coming in unannounced.
Oh no, I was expecting you. I was waiting on you here, thinking of nothing else but seeing your beautiful faces. Hi, Miriam.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, sit down on the couch with me. No, so what happened? What happened?
Oh. I'll look around for that one dude.
The servant guy.
Make a perception check.
What's his name? I think his name was Francesco.
22. Fernando.
You walk in, and in one of the side galleries, like maybe leading one of the kitchens or dining rooms, you catch a glimpse of Fernando. And as he walks by, you lock eyes. The tall, dark half elf
Just kind of coyly and then turn my head with a smile. I'm gonna bone that guy.
You lounge around with
the other way around.
Oh yeah. That's how that works.
So regale me.
Of course. So we get to the Tempest House, and they are incredibly imposing. Beautiful structures.
Oh yeah,
Stone.
do you even know what we went to the place for? Have you
Oh
heard
wait,
the story?
yes, I was the one who told you to go to there because it was my friends, you know,
I
Katora
felt it.
and Marie.
Sorry, I am incredibly dense.
He was.
It is okay.
She was very distracted last time we were here to talk to you. So she probably missed a lot of the conversation.
But
We get there, and strange things start happening.
What kind of things?
Lights. You see lights, and there's lightning that seems to appear out of nowhere. It strikes. It missed us. Was it twice? And a third time, struck our sails. We managed to put the fire out, thankfully. But, and we were attacked.
You are missing best part. We spent the whole next day before we got there talking to all the deckhands to hear all of their tales and get all of the ghost stories and myths out that all the folks hid.
And they told you so many ghost stories.
They told us all sorts of things, some helpful, some not so much.
Some quite colorful. Ways to ward off the evil bad luck.
And we did
Some
them all.
of them included ruining rum, which was quite a
Yeah,
shame.
don't worry about it.
So did you recover the cruise at all?
We did not. We eventually came across an island with a massive creature on it.
What kind of creature?
A giant. He stood
In
25 feet tall.
In this part of the world, a giant.
Indeed.
Oh,
Or at least
well.
something like a giant. He was at least very large. 25 feet tall.
Try your print again.
Oh, it said stopped out of ink. It was doing it. Come on, print, baby, please. Please.
Because it did its like little warm up there.
So did you speak to this giant?
We did.
Wow. We had a parlay of this.
We asked him if we could find or recover the crew. He told us that he was the one who had destroyed the ships. Yes. Apparently he is very unkind to people who hunt or trespass on his islands.
Persnickety.
You know, I thought that perhaps they should not be sending their sailors this way, that way. And I suppose that was for a reason.
They definitely should not. Definitely should not. It's true, it is, I've seen it with my own eyes. It is a giant being protecting those isles.
That is tragic. But at least you got out alive and... Well, now they know what happened. Stop sending their ships through that route. For their shortcuts, come on.
They were not happy that we
I
had not
cannot.
on our cruise.
I can only imagine.
Not only that, he sent harpies to attack us. Attack the ship.
For real?
They were disgusting creatures.
Did they drive you mad?
They tried, but one of the weird sailors gave us, told us that there were sirens out there, so we made earplugs.
It was Absolute's idea to make
Was.
earplugs out of wax.
Yes.
And they worked very well.
Might have gone a little bit overboard with all of the
Sirens,
But we survived.
I am so glad.
yeah, it's not gonna print that
No.
here, so I need to go.
For the matter of the favor that I promised to you.
It's not gonna print. I'm out of ink, like for real.
What if you tried to print it in red?
Bob Saget.
But my
Or
work.
in grayscale?
You don't happen to have a printer upstairs or anything?
No,
Does Ben have a printer?
that is Ben's printer.
Oh.
Well, you said you were out of cyan. Can you print it in grayscale?
It's probably out of also.
What is it? Can't you send it to us on Discord?
This is way cooler. And there's a different one for each of you.
Uh,
Oh.
You can send it individually, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, I gotta.
For now.
Yeah, hold on a minute then. I just need to figure out how I want to do this.
Quick break.
As I have formatted in a particular way. I promised you it would be worth your while, and it will be.
Oh, no.
Fernando! Fernando comes in carrying 3 small scrolls. There you are, madam. She hands one to each of you.
I was gonna hand you each.
Oh, I'm imagining it like
Oh,
that.
this
That
hurts.
sounds nice.
It's okay, buddy.
Oh,
It's okay, baby Joe.
okay, how do I wanna get these?
You can send it over DMs and
I'm gonna screenshot
Email
it
it
to
to
you
us.
real quick. Alright.
DMs in Discord. DMs in Discord. Fernando. Fernando.
Look, she says Fernando in that song.
Does she?
Fernando.
Yeah, that's
She
why
says a couple different names.
Alejandro. Fernando. Alejandro. And then some other name.
My milkshake brings all the boys CPR.
Exactly.
It's better than yours.
You will like my milkshake or you will die.
It's not formatted right on my
I
phone.
can
Okay,
teach you.
I gotta.
But I'll cut you with my giant sword.
He's a Klingon, so it's a bad left. Or a Mac left.
Well,
My milkshakes.
My Mac left brings all the boys to the yard.
My GM's pain brings all the boys in the yard.
Now I pause it.
your papers handed to you by Fernando,
Fernando.
and written upon it is each of your names under the title Una invitación to Zaboreth Welchian Erdenan, deposed prince in exile of the city-state of Athmindach. Mirwin, artisan of House Torun of the clan Ashenforge, and Absolith Dovona, aegis of the Shields of the Lake. His Grace the Duke Augustine Leclerc is pleased to extend this invitation to attend the 158th annual Fete du Renouveau to be held at Le Grand Théâtre L'Opéra de Vincent on Ashes Day 6th of Green Spring, 752 Aïe Laron at 6 in the evening. Formal dress and adornment is required. Present this invitation at the gates to be granted entry. Sincerely, His Grace the Duke Augustine Leclerc. So, we are going to a party.
One big party, da.
Oh my goodness.
It
What
has.
will I wear?
Someone has done
Tomorrow.
large amounts of research.
It's tomorrow, so you go back just in time.
Yes, we did.
So,
Oh, we will need to get close then because I do
we
not
really need to get close.
have formal clothes.
And oh yes, two more. She hands you 2 more scrolls, which there were 5 in the first place. Give these to your 2 friends, Drehan and Visa. They are as well invited, of course.
Of course, thank you.
Now, yes, clothing. You are all the adventuring type, but I believe you have taste. So,
That's when she's right. She's right.
so for you today, we are going to El Armario del Pavo Real, the tailor, to have new clothes fitted and tailored for each of you, and in the morning tomorrow you will pick them up.
Thank you, Bronna.
It's good.
That is very good. Would they accept me in full shining armor, or should I get something more formal?
We want to get something more formal.
Absolutely.
What
Dress.
It is the most formal armor.
Like a gown or something.
Polished,
Formal dress is
polished
required.
piece. Look, just because it is glorious and it is not seen anywhere.
You know I would accept you with it, of course. Of course, but I am not Augustine Leclerc. Pats the armor. I'm not Augustine Leclerc and I am not the guards at the gate. I'm sorry. Dress up your most beautifulest. These people at Pavarel, they are the best tailor in the city.
I am not even sure what I would put on for such a formal.
They're experts. They will help you to figure out exactly what looks good on you.
Oh, that, sure. It's just I have what is Hiltus in head idea is thought of how to look. There is fancy way to say which I think would fit in with what you want. But I am not thinking of it. So
My God, you're adorable. All of you are.
That is one word.
So, just go to the tailor shop. Let them work their magic. They know it looks good on everybody. They have the vision for this thing.
you tomato basil soup, otherwise known as a bisque.
Tomato Basque.
You're a
Tomato
bisque.
Basque. Lobster Basque.
You're a bisque.
You mean I'm delicious? Yes, I am.
So be on your way, be on your way. And tomorrow it is at 6 in the evening. That's what the invitation said. Should I sneak a rush to pick you up? Same place before?
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Of
It
course.
is very generous.
And then you will meet me at the gate.
Okay.
And we will go into the party together. It will be great. There is going to be dancing and lots of food. They serve a full 7-course meal, of course. La Fete du Renouveau is one of my favorite days of the year. You know, we celebrate the spring and the renewal of the world and the greenness of the hills and the flowering of our vineyards. And it is truly a fine time. Everybody in the city celebrates it, but you are invited to the most exclusive celebration of them all.
Exclusive.
And you wanted to introduction to Isotea Society?
Indeed.
Everybody who is anybody is there.
Of course, that's why we're coming. We are. Anybody?
You are the post prince in exile of the city.
Of course.
It says it on your invitation.
Of
So
course.
of course you are somebody, and you are my friends who have done a job for me and helped my friends out of a sticky situation. So now we are in Fete. So we go to parties together.
Of course.
Okay.
And I like the sound of that, yes, melody.
El Armario del Pavo Real. North side of the city.
Oh, that's the. Oh, man.
Speaking of the north side of the city,
Kind of near the kind of near the castle. Near to the castle wall.
did you hear about the Scholars Guild
Guild in the Birds College?
and part of the Bard College burned to the ground today?
I had not heard.
Yesterday. Yes,
No,
I
it
saw the
was-
smoke.
I was unaware. I took a day off and told no one to speak to me because I wanted to lounge around in my pool
Of course. Well,
You
well.
feel the right to do that.
and drink a lot of
Wonderful.
wine and stuff. You know, I got a really good like imported port, and boy, I just drank way too much of it like over the last day or so. So I feel I know I will have an earful once I get back into work.
You are living your true life out here. But
It's a nice place.
apparently
So what happened now? The Scholars Guild?
Scholars Guild in the Bard College of Lore. You know, the nerdiest bards.
I mean, yes, of course.
Oh, but not to make fun of the dead, because there were lots of killed.
We happened to be. We
So,
were curious when we went to investigate.
right, those seem like about the two most random buildings I could imagine.
Well,
Many of the bodies were dead already from sword wounds.
it is not too random.
Somebody we need to there killed everyone and then burned the place down?
That is what it appears.
They were already there from third wound before the building was burned.
It is not two random buildings.
It's too
It
tiring.
is two buildings that deal with lore and knowledge of past things.
What sort of lore whoever
We
did
have
kill me
had
for?
past dealings in some of our business in the Scholars Guild, and when you account in the building of lore, you start to get a picture of someone who didn't want some information out.
This is puzzling. Yeah, this is probably going to mean a little bit of paperwork for me.
Well, you can have celebration wine afterwards.
Well, definitely.
And I obviously do not make light of people's deaths. or the fact that you have to do kickback.
It's even worse than that.
It's my job. Anyhow, go into the city. Go speak to Kara at El Amarillo del Pavaria.
You make fun of her to her face about her accent.
No, I make fun of Nick.
Him and his ability to just do accents in French. Everybody glare at Nick.
That one was Spanish, actually, or Maronese.
Yeah, actually, it was Spanish.
Everybody glare at Nick and be
Actually.
like, stop being so cool.
Aww.
Stop being
Making
able to
us
just
look bad.
bring that to the game. You know how hard I had to try to like bring that sort of steez to, I had to stand up and walk around and pretend I'm a hag for like an hour.
That was my
Ian
favorite
pretends
thing.
he's a hag.
It was
Nick
so
is a high society.
immersive. It was so immersive and
I
fun.
had to like practice how to be like a wicked hag, and like the line of Matthias was something I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be great because she's like a crazed hag. And then you just show up and you're like, I'm gonna speak one of the many languages that I know. I'm just gonna high casual do one of the many languages that I know.
And all
It's just
those are like,
You did it was an
Not
amazing
fair.
session.
It's just like Minecraft when I'm like, here's Minecraft, and you're like, here's an amazing tower that looks like I copied it, and I'm like, I gotta step up my game. I've been playing this for years. It's just like Minecraft.
That's why I gave up and just started building hovels. Everything underground.
You hecking hecker.
Mother hecker.
You absolute bastard.
Oh.
I gotta throw so hard on Thaddeus because I only know how to do angry voices.
He's my favorite. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. So I would go and I'm going to go try on dresses for the rest of the day probably. And you guys go do the same.
Duh.
Seriously, Kara is the best. The best. Little halfling. No. Little no. She's so cute. She's so cute.
We graciously thank you for your hospitality and kindness.
Of course. Now go on. I will see you tomorrow night.
We go on.
Back to where you came. Into the city. Following her directions.
We get to the city and I go, such a good pig. Not be gone. And I just fell nasty.
It runs off into the east somewhere to return to its big ways after bonding with you for a while.
You're such a good pig.
It's a big pig.
I wonder if I could just have it go straight into oven next time. It's super mean.
It's super delicious.
All the way north.
Such a good piggy. Here's some butter for you. Rubber.
By the time you
Wait,
get
this apple.
back to town and up into the northern-ish districts, it's about 11:30 in the morning. You made pretty good time. And you arrive at this place called El Armario del Pavo Real. It is a prominent building in the center of La Ville Rose. With
Should we go get reckoning this somewhere? Since they're gonna need fancy clothes also.
oh yes, you did say you were going to go to the ship. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's what
Sorry.
they're not the end.
we need to get them so they
Go
can
with
also
them
have
so they
fancy
can get
So
tailored
that's on the that is right on the way. So you pull up to the docks where Larkspur is. See
Yeah.
several crew milling
Yeah.
about on the deck, including Bracken and Vissa.
Can I look around for a seeker activity?
Make a perception check.
and grab the scrolls from Worth.
I'm gonna look around for
Each wrong button.
hawks.
Make a perception check as well.
Because we have not looked for them in a while, and we probably should.
17.
13.
A hawk jets by up overhead. You don't see where it's headed or where it came from, but it disappears over some buildings. And you don't see any seekers. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people around, going about their work on the docks. It's always a busy area. You don't see anyone with like anything identifying marks. You certainly don't see any white cloth sticking out of anything. They're definitely disguising themselves at this point in their nefarious business. So you don't pick up on anything that might lead you to think the seekers are like around. Yeah. You head up the gangplank and you see Vissa. Brecken's sitting up against the gun wall, watching her. She has the shard in one hand and is just going a few times. Nothing happening. I'm terrible at this. You just started.
Hey, Vissa, remember that time when the sea serpent attacked and I shot Chaos Bolt how many times? I didn't get a single hit.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
That happens to the best of us.
it does happen to me sometimes. But
I probably just need to meditate with this a bit more.
probably.
So how was Melody? What'd you say?
It was lovely.
Da. She has this for you, and this for you, Bracken.
Going to a party?
Yes, we have to go get fancy clothes.
Oh, da. That is why we are here, because we are supposed to get out of these rags, apparently.
That's formal dress required.
I said, what if I came in my gloriously new colored armor that is so pretty?
She said no, didn't she?
She said they wouldn't let her into the party.
Duh.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You know, I think that I look rather elegant in this, and what if I got it polished by the guy that I went to earlier?
Oh, I think you look very, very
And, like,
elegant as well.
yeah, that, right? It would look amazing.
Oh,
and I
I'm in
would
charge of the
walk in.
place though.
And now what? I'm going to go wear dress? I do not think so.
I think you look beautiful in a dress.
I don't know if I'm going to.
There's all sorts of styles of gowns and such.
I'm not sure I'm going to put on dress. I am not sure.
Good.
I don't know. I have not seen. What are you thinking?
Good. It might be fun. It might be fun.
But look at my shoulders, they are so broad.
So,
I would look like, because like, you know.
isn't it a tailor? Maybe they can tailor something that would look perfect on you.
I'm sure we are going to one that Melody has recommended. I'm sure it is fantastic too.
Let's go.
I want to go. I am just explaining to you, Visa, that a dress would be like completely ridiculous.
I don't think so.
Completely.
I think you would pull off a ball gown or something just beautifully. Believe in yourself.
Of ball gown.
Believe in yourself.
I'm thinking more like I'm not sure. Maybe with pants
Ask the tailor about it.
is what I am thinking. I don't know.
It's already.
Something that I don't have to like hike up material when I run, because I am not giving up sword.
Well, then you should get a big gown so you can hide a sword underneath it.
It must have like Velcro or snips or something that I can just like it's off real quick.
Oh, you just reach up underneath.
Just pass yourself off as his bodyguard or something.
Die.
That's what she's supposed to be, isn't it?
Then you'll have a pretext for bringing the sword and
Well, I am not sure. It seems like our Prince War thing has been blown out of water by whoever did the research on these.
No, not necessarily.
What do your invitation to say, Bracken?
that's the same thing.
Yeah, but what is your title?
Yeah, what is your title?
Mine just says Brecon O'Greg off on the actress. And this says Visson Vissa
Affonir Affonithliatris. We don't have special titles like you guys. Artisans and deposed princes. And Aegis. But that's okay.
So maybe they don't know as much as.
We still get to go to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, let's go. It might take a while for them to get clothes that actually look good on all of us.
We may have to go find more fabric.
It was funny.
Unsheath Mezerin look, and I poke him with it in the armor.
Okay.
In the armor, so just kind of like. I would think the professional seamster would have enough. You're not that big. Yeah, but there is like orcs and half orcs, and they are huge.
True. I wonder how many of them wear dresses.
I'm not wearing a dress. You'd have to be some dress for me to put it on. I am thinking some blanket pants.
Well, this is part of our mission to go and find high society, so what if you have to wear a dress or you don't get in?
You'd have to be some dress.
You're going to forgo going to the party if you don't find the right dress.
I have nothing to wear.
Cover your mouth.
I don't have to
Just-
sneeze.
Didn't Rona teach you anything?
Ronan?
Rona.
I sneezed away from you.
Every time I see people, okay, so we had to run a couple errands today, and all these people without masks on, and every time I see somebody just wandering around the store that requires masks, not wearing one, I want to cough.
Yeah.
Just to be like, I don't though.
Vista walks off of the boat.
I guess we should go follow her, right? So she doesn't.
Let's go already.
This is
There was a distraction. There's a distraction one here. Alright. You guys, along with Vista and Brecca, make your way north in the city toward the Armario de Pavillard. You find it is a prominent building in the center of La Rose, with bright, well-maintained stucco, clay tile roof. Its windows are clean, clear, and you can see from outside several people busily scurrying about within. You enter the tall, arched front door and are met with a feeling of pleasant, approachable luxury. It's high society, for sure. Something about the place just feels cozy, though. Sun shafts filtering in through the windows complement the comfortable interior. You see around the large open first room, there are wooden mannequins set up on platforms, dressed in the latest Batrian fashions. A lot of the gowns are long and resplendent. It appears that fringe is in this season. Some show off well-fitted doublets for men, fine trousers, capes and furs, gloves and cravats. Someone approaches you. A female, no. Broad swept back ears, blonde hair done down in a long braid. She wears a monocle with a strange device attaching it back around her ear and attached to a kind of shoulder plate. Just kind of squints at you through it. Her clothes are simple tailor's garb, but matching in quality to the establishment.
Hello.
Hello, my friends. What can I do for you?
Melody sent us.
Of course you are them. We have been expecting you. Please come by. Let us go get to work in the back.
I looked up Russian formal wear, and Adidas came up as a suggestion.
Wow.
There it is.
Jogging suit.
That's so good.
You'll want to Google Russian imperial formal wear.
Imperial.
Imperio.
That will give you the correct types of images you're looking for.
Oh yeah, I mean, Absolute would feel moderately comfortable in some of these.
I am Kara. It is lovely to meet all of you. You must be Zubworth. And, Absolith.
Can you describe this person again, please?
And Burawin.
Yes, she's a gnome. She's got broad swept back ears, her blonde hair done down in a long braid. She wears this monocle with a device attaching it back around her ear and attaching to a kind of a shoulder plate that she wears.
Clockwork kind of a thing?
Yeah, her clothes are simple tailor's garb, but matching quality to the establishment.
So come on back.
Here, and into a separate corridor where fitting rooms line either side, and then you come into a wide backroom type area where it seems like this is even more upscale for more upscale clients, and a couple of other a human woman and a human man stand back there kind of at attention. They have measuring tapes, various types of shots of cloth and such, just kind of waiting to be attendants. Kara snaps.
Let's get these fine people into some clothes for the ball.
Yes, of course. Of course.
So, what is each of you thinking about wearing?
I should have googled things too.
You
Something slim, fitting, and elegant. The nice, long in the back tails, perhaps.
We can do tails. And a gown for each of you. A gown? Any particular cut style you like?
Oh, I am not too sure about the gown. It has been something that would have to be some gown.
You have the look of an adventurer about you.
Well,
We can take care of it if you're not sure what sort of style is best for you.
you are not going to like this answer, but I would much rather wear my armor all gussied up and shining, but that has been told that it is not allowed.
La Fete du Renouveau.
I would like to show I am not one to be trifled with, if that is something you can manage.
And she looks you up and down.
I was thinking pants over a gown.
Pants. And I'm thinking
She takes a minute to look at you all the way around.
pants. I'm thinking of fitted pants. We could. You would have to make it. We would have to go heavy on the cape if we were to cape with a robe on the front. Sort of a. This armor is bulky, but we could fashion a beautiful cape. Fine, I'm seeing blue with fine white fur around the shoulders. And then a sort of a I'm thinking a GoldenEye style robe. It could even be worn over the armor, perhaps.
That would be fantastic.
You could possibly go into the ball without them knowing that you're even wearing it.
When I think of a ball, I am thinking that it is supposed to be form-fitting and tight to skin. If you think you can manage to hide bulky armor beneath gown without making me look like turtle,
I am sure that I can do it. We have the best stuff in the city here.
would not wear armor in. It is what I am most comfortable in.
let us do some work on it, okay?
That.
And you, Robin? Do you have any preconceived ideas about what you would like to wear? No?
No. I have not worn a dress in 100 years. I have no idea what style. Anytime.
We will make you look the best you can look. Do not worry about that.
Yeah.
Yes, I can envision something that's perfect.
So, she and her attendants take all your measurements. And over the next few hours,
He started it.
over the next few hours,
Trouble
they
me.
sample cloth, while the male attendant stands by with a sketch pad, and in it sketches the concepts for their ball outfits. And after all is said and done, the three of them consult and shows you the outfits. Worth. You see a depiction of an outfit, tall black boots, cuffed,
The finest Assyrian leather, pants of soft Wembeshi cloth, flared in the knee, from the Golden Isles, of course. The flared knee, Atrian style, gold embroidery down the seam. I think he will put you in a black belt. Shields, gold, silver, copper, bronze, platinum, all alternating metals. Or would you prefer something better, something more simple or understated?
As long as it's not garish.
We only do
Do you
the
have
most.
anything in unicorn fur?
Says the man who said he didn't want to be garish. I only wear unicorn.
We will make the buckles, the shields not so big.
Do you have
Slim.
anything in unicorn?
Slim. Black leather gloves, Assyrian leather as well. Long cape. What do you think of scarlet trimmed in black fur, or black trimmed in white fur?
I like.
But he likes the idea
The
of
first
scarlet.
This okay. Very deep scarlet material, black around the shoulders, wolf's fur. I think we set it up with a gold chain, fleur-de-lis pendant.
No.
Nice white shirt.
You're chaining well. Is that what you're about to
No.
say?
Anything else you would add to this? A cravat? Oui or no?
No.
No cravat. We will have it a bit open then. See a little bit of the chest.
Yes. Coming together nicely.
Very good, very good.
Worth knows James doesn't.
You would win.
I actually found a picture for yours.
Yay, I love pictures.
I know you do.
That's why I make all my decisions. I have to find a picture first.
So she describes.
It's called inspiration.
She describes to you basically what the cut and such and the material of this dress is. And the image on the sketch pad appears very similar to this.
Aw,
Dress.
cute.
The fabric that kind of cuts down past the knee with this chain as well with the pendants on it and the and that large center piece as well.
It's kind of like got Native American patterns to it too.
So, what do you think?
Like,
Anything you would want to change about it?
I love it. It's perfect.
I let you do. And absolutely,
the
I would like to show you this. And
She points out this very detailed. It's got actually two sketches. One is of the armor and showing like a transparent sketch of how it would fit over it. And it's got this long floor-length blue, like silk cape, white fur around the shoulders, and in the front there's a robe that kind of comes down a little past knee length. It's belted, and it looks like it would fit over the armor pretty well. It's a little bit looser up here, so that it wouldn't. It's not too tight over the armor, but it's not like baggy.
This, I think, is about the best that we've got.
Oh.
I promise it'll cover your armor, but not look oversized.
I mean,
What do you think of it?
it is fantastic. In your opinion, should I be throwing my vials out there and seeing what I can reel in, or should I be conservative and wear armor? One
It is-
would be
it is
safe,
up to
the
you.
other one would be...
It is up to you. If you wish to wear the armor, for sure, we can make it in this cut. If you wish to abandon the armor, we will just make it a little bit, just slightly. The seam would be more drawn together, just slightly.
I'm so sorry. My ADA, my brain like went 4 different ways, and I realized that you were waiting on an answer. I did it twice, where I was like, I'm actually thinking about this. I'm taking a long time thinking about this. I should think about it some more. Okay, I'm thinking about it. I'm taking a long time thinking about this. I should think about it some more. I legitimately I'm sorry.
She looks expectantly but patiently waits.
That is a difficult question for me to answer right now. I mean, I have always played it safe just in case something happens. But this is high society, there should be plenty of guards around, they should be prepared.
The highest security of any event throughout the year.
There are going to be secrets in the city.
Keep your comet. You'll have comet fell on you, so, and you will always have your other special abilities.
But it is my armor. No?
If something happens, you'll be able to prove your worth without your armor.
People to get killed.
To bring a weapon into there, you'll have to really be very convincing to the guards.
It will be fine.
Da.
We will be safe.
Let's go without the armor. But what I'd like you to base the design around is these. I'll produce the pieces of comet fell. The pieces. If you can somehow incorporate this into the design, so that it very much looks. I will have them around my neck, but make them kind of look like centerpiece, so that it looks less like, and more like,
What a lovely idea. I would be happy to incorporate that. Leave them here, and in the morning, come by and we will have your costumes, your beautiful garments all finished.
pick out the newest one, say.
Very well.
Thank you. Of course, of course.
The other ones on.
Happy to serve you all today. Melody, Miss Bonnet, of course, has paid for all of it. The cost is covered.
Very kind of her.
It is very nice of her.
She's a good friend to have.
Da.
No doubt.
Now go on, we will be on your way, and we will get the clothing.
You say when? Back?
In the morning.
Probably. Alright. Okay. We'd be gone.
Alright. Where do you go after this? Oh yeah, I mean they fitted Brecken in this as well. For Brecken, a very nice black doublet with a frilled shirt, excellent slacks, and very nice boots as well. This wanted to go with a very traditional kind of Atrian high fashion gown, floor length, sweeping with a little bit of train.
Must be beautiful out, and it looks so pretty in my gown.
Looks so pretty.
With kind of a sash on it and some like rhinestones worked into the down the sleeves.
Do you realize what you have done?
What have I done?
You have made, it's just harping on it again, what I was harping on earlier. We make fun of your so distinct voices. Not because it's like, oh no, ridiculousness. It's like, these characters are so distinct in our stupid brains that we're like...
Your characters are good enough that I can imitate them and they know which ones I'm doing.
When I was in Colorado, my dad would go like, and go, over here is Breckenridge, and I'd be like, oh, Breckenridge. And it's like, dang it!
I have wormed my way into your brain.
Or it's just because I'm Brecken and I'm a book nerd. Oh, God. Have you guys thought of this? I'm going to go to the library and say, turn it, Nick!
I'm gonna go to the library.
Or Brecken or Brecken.
Alright. You guys take off. Do you head back to the inn for the rest of the day? Or are you heading Ross?
I suppose we could go to the inn, or what else we do.
We could eat pasta and get smashed again.
No.
I mean, that was fun.
It was. Maybe it's because I had 2 pasta meals. Oof. It is not that I do not ever want pasta again. It is that I had not had breakfast today. I was just so full. Visa, how is you feeling the same, or is your metabolism like soup?
Yeah, I think mine's pretty high. I could definitely go for some pasta.
Oh my god.
Do you know what would be an amazing idea?
What?
If you took some bread, hollowed out the bowl, filled it with pasta.
Not even. It's
Then
not
you would have a dish.
I think that might kill me.
I carry.
But he would be happy.
You could call it a pasta bread bowl.
Remember those bread bowls you made a while ago?
That's a great idea.
You need to do that again.
Yeah, I need to do it different though, because I don't like the pre-made bread loaves.
You guys go back to the inn, and on your way, you pick up some fettuccine alfredo. This one's got a cream sauce on it. And this is like, oh, that's great.
So tasty. I'd like to kind of like hang around Vissa and then ask her how she's feeling.
Yeah. You guys kind of trail a little bit back as the rest of you walk to the inn.
What are you thinking? It has been a day. I do not mean to bring up memories of a day or 2 ago.
I'm really just trying to distract myself and not think about it.
Anything I can do to help? Is there something that you would like to focus on? Maybe go and do?
Just going to go to the party. I'm content to stay inside and eat pasta tonight, but I just want to go to the party.
But after the party,
After the party? I don't know.
is there something that you'd like to try?
We've got our mission and we have to try and accomplish it.
I'm not talking about mission. I'm talking
other than it. Mission is secondary. What are you feeling right now?
I don't know, maybe
Would you like to try to use a weapon and learn how to protect yourself? Would you like to maybe go find craft of thing to do, like build or?
I wanted to learn how to use a weapon to defend myself.
Da?
I got that spear you saw. Bu was teaching me to use it. Or was going to be teaching me to use it still.
Da?
So, I don't know. Something else, I have to think about it.
Do you want to learn spear? I can teach you how to use sword.
I already had someone try to teach me spear and then he just left.
I will not try to teach you spear and then leave.
Maybe something else, maybe sword. Maybe we just do something in town.
Da?
I need to think about it.
Let me know. The after party is done. Since it is tomorrow night, I will be doing all sorts of planning tomorrow. Day after, or even if you need a rest, day after that, we go do something. Da?
Okay. I'll think about what I want to do.
Think about it.
Thank you.
Think about
I'll
it.
think about it.
Just can't go up with it.
She appreciates it, definitely. So pasta in hand, we return to the room.
Y'all, we're gonna put on so many pounds.
Don't worry, we'll fight it off.
Have a fun
And we
night.
walk a lot.
Eventually you drift off to sleep. Unless there's anything else you need to be doing in the room during the evening.
Meditate.
You can meditate a little bit. You go to sleep and up you wake in the morning. What do you do? Go to the party. For expediency's sake, we can say your day goes by. You arrive back at Pavo Real.
I help Vista with her wings.
Oh yes. So, in preparation, right before, like after we'll say you go back to Pavo Real, pick up your clothes. They're in these wooden cases. You take a peek. They look very fine. Boots, complete with all the trimmings. It's 3 or 5 wonderful outfits. You return and
Do I look sexy?
yeah, you look sexy.
I didn't do you.
By
Don't worry, you won't get a chance.
You are not bard.
by the time when the carriage pickup is nearing, you help Vista with her wings, and this time they turn out beautifully.
Yeah, mirror.
She looks absolutely stunning. Brecken looks. He cuts a dashing figure. He cleans up well.
For a nerd!
For a nerd! Mirwin looks positively radiant. So does War. And did you say you were wearing the armor or no?
No.
So you take off your heightened dwarven steel armor, place it in a chest, shove the chest under the bed. You feel a bit naked without it, but
That's okay because I'm showing booba.
the clothes fit really nicely. They hang over your figure beautifully. They are. It fits in a way a robe and dress and cape you didn't feel like it could fit on you, but the cut of it it looks completely natural on you. You go downstairs at 6 o'clock, and at 6 sharp, the carriage pulls up outside. It's the same one as before. The attendant lets you in. Bonsoir. Entrez.
I nod and
Привет.
You do. And off trots the carriage. Now, up to the venue is very near the castle, kind of just behind it. You see approaching a beautiful pink stuccoed building. Much like this building. Oh, you're slow to upload. with balconies, beautiful arches out of which you see people leaning. You see the opera house, le Théâtre de l'Opéra, from a ways away. Pull back the curtains and you look up at it, marvel at its splendor. Now, even from within the carriage, you can sense the festive aura surrounding this whole part of the city. As you near, the carriage slows, passing multitudes of people. You go down a wide double-lane boulevard leading to the building. You see the local restaurants and cafes simply swarming. You smell the fresh bread and the coffee. And as you continue down this opulent path, and finally your carriage pulls up into a large circle drive right in front of this massive opera house. You see many other carriages parked, dropping off occupants. You look up at this immense building towering. Soft lights from fairy-type lanterns hanging from its many balconies intertwined with green ivies. As you step outside, you feel the sweet night air, ever so slightly humid, but not uncomfortable. The din of laughter and conversation is strong even outside of the hall. And you see a long, curving iron fence about 50 feet from where you exit the carriage, stepping off onto the curb. There is one gate in the middle, flanked by 5 city guards on each side. You see light glinting off the tips of their halberds. Just next to the gate, there is a man in a fine black doublet, holding a note tablet. Looks like he's accepting invitations from each of the guests and ushering them into the venue. What do you do?
I went for a bathroom.
All right. What do you do as you step out of the carriage on the curb, and you observe the line of people heading on in, and the attendant taking invitations?
I straighten my jacket, or whatever heck I'm wearing, and I walk towards the people. Attendant man.
You approach, and you find him, a tan-faced young human. Finish up with a woman ahead of you, a dwarf in a white dress. Scrawls a name on the parchment. Looks your way. Gestures to you quiet.
Bonsoir. Vos invitations, s'il vous plaît.
I am the Vorthwell Sienerlanon of Rekmendek.
He takes a look at your invitation, puts it in his pack, and scribbles down your name.
Entrez. Next.
Quite.
He looks at you.
It's Lith. Same in
Sur les devants, je vais dire.
the
L'épée, des sortes.
Thank you. We will keep that in check for you.
Takes it. We don't have the shield. Just like now, it's just the sheath kind of on a leather belt.
Thank you.
Well, so remember I bought those daggers, those darts that we called like push knives.
Yeah.
Totally wanted to hide those in my clothes.
You can make a sleight of hand check if you want to attempt to conceal them from
I did
inspection.
Haha! Total of 20.
You're easily able to conceal those.
You for me.
Just you
Could
find
be
a
worthless
place.
slime.
You find the perfect place on the inside, just to the side, where hidden, but you can have easy access to them.
Merci. Entrez.
Mirwin Torin.
Mirvin Torvin.
Takes your invitation and scrolls down your name. Repeats the same with reckon this up. Merci. Entrez. And in through the gate you go, where you see, waiting for you, Melody. And a silvery yellow dress with these swaths of cloth all just circling her body. It's sleeveless but with long white gloves.
You have made it! Oh my goodness, you look radiant.
As do you, Melody.
Thank you.
No, lady.
Melody.
On your win, that's
Melody.
such a perfect figure for you. You all look beautiful. Now follow me, this thing is about to start. Let's go.
So excited.
Oh, it's about to start.
She excitedly rushes in, leading you. You head in. 3 statues of pure white marble stand just outside the entrance of this thing. One in the middle depicts a man in full armor, with sword held high, the crest of a dragon upon his helm. The left, a regal lion. The right, a mountain griffin. You pass beneath the archways at the front. Grand columns, also of white marble, as you enter Le Théâtre de l'Opéra. You weave through the crowds. And soon find yourselves in the midst of a great gallery. High ceilings, from which descend magnificent ornate chandeliers, bathing the atrium in their glow. You see second-floor mezzanines with archways like the ones on the exterior of the building, packed with the rich and noble of the triumvirate. The scent stands out to you here. The smell of wine, fruit, exotic spice, perfume. The very air is elegant. It appears to you that this room isn't even your destination. Melody leads you toward the next chamber of the grand house.
Through like a whole bunch of people.
And now, yes, and now through the immense arched doors that you enter the ballroom itself. It is slightly smaller than the Great Gallery, a little more intimate, but even more opulent. Violet carpet ushers you in and down this split stairway. Yeah! Here we go. I've been wanting to use this for ages. Into this ballroom. Check that place out. You enter through here, where there's this split staircase. The ballroom floor is recessed into the floor. There's a railing all the way around it. This is just about 5 feet down. Stairways. As you enter, you kind of take a second to survey the area. There is a strange instrument in the corner. Several of you probably aren't sure what it is. It's fairly rare at this point. Off to each side, behind these columns here, are galleries with tables set up on both sides. And then past the tables, there appears to be an entrance off to a side room on each side. You can't see what's in there right now, but yeah, you see the wide spread up, the sort of like banquet tables, but individual. Looks like they have sort of like an assigned seating. There are servers and people just all over, drinking, eating hors d'oeuvres.
Horse goobers.
And you descend onto this ballroom floor. The music of a small orchestra rings out as they play from a stage near the back of the recessed ballroom floor. And just as you enter, you hear a booming voice from just beside the door. Melody Bonnet, Zavarith Wakshan Elenan, Absolith Dolona, Brechen o Graig Afon Leatris, Murwin Torun, Vissa Afonithir Afon Leatris. Melody turns. Charles, you're such a dear. And this herald kind of just nods at you guys as he calls out, announcing each of your names.
I sure hope there's no secrets. You would have just heard this.
You walk down. What do you do?
I
Come on.
introduce myself to someone. I don't know.
Follow me, we'll
Mingle.
we're gonna mingle. We're going to mingle. So this is our society. I know lots of these people. I can make some introductions. That was the deal, right?
That was the deal.
Okay. Who is already here? Okay. There. She points to a couple who are kind of just hanging out, looking over the railing over there. She says, okay. Might as well jump right into it. That is the Crown Prince and Princess of Latran. You see them, they're both human, a little young in their 20s, He is dashing in a long cape of royal purple with accents of gold cloth and metal. The collar of his white guimbeshe cloth shirt comes high around his neck, embroidered with intricate scrollwork patterns in paisley. He has a scarlet sash over a dark doublet, and a long necklace draping over his chest with many gold pendants. He wears black trousers, pinstriped in gold, tall black boots that shine. Upon his head is set a gold circlet with 3 amethysts and made of the form of 2 griffins' wings sweeping back. He has a ceremonial longsword strapped to his belt in a white scabbard. It's a golden hilt set with just more jewels than you can count. And she, blonde, is radiant in a long silvery white dress, crossing patterns on the back, and silver shiny threadwork on the bodice that almost glows. She wears a similar crown to her husband's, though hers is set with some sort of white jewels.
Okay, shall we? They're very nice. They're nice. Very nice.
Now, okay, as we go up there, you must address him as Votre Altesse, and her as Votre Grâce. Your Highness and Your Grace, respectively. But you cannot say it in Alvan. You must say it in Alvan.
Say it again.
Votre Altesse for him. Votre Altesse, and her you call Votre Grâce. Votre Grâce. And then, when you approach, you bow low with your right foot forward, palm out. Two shows. Like this, you bow. Right foot. Palm out. Okay? What do you call him?
Votre Altesse.
Yes. What do you call her?
Votre Grâce.
Yes. What do you call him?
I stay silent and just bow.
You must address him.
Let this one do all the talking.
Good work.
She is mine.
Okay, you speak for all of the rest of them.
Are we all 5 expected to say the thing?
Votre Altesse.
Votre Altesse, Votre Grâce. I could do that.
You're fitting in quite nicely to high society, I reckon.
I do clean up well, don't I? I don't even have a book in my hands.
Perhaps this was the life you were always meant to lead.
Maybe I feel so natural here. No, I don't. I don't feel natural here at all. I am very out of my element. But at least I look good.
Let's go.
You approach these 2. Melody. Votre Altesse, Votre Grâce. She does the bow. Good evening. Hello, Melody. Who are your friends?
Votre Altesse. Votre Grâce. Oh, yeah, right here next to it. I am Prince Vorth Welstian Erlenon of Ethmendek. It's a great honor to be here today.
It is very nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. You are friends of Melody's then?
We are.
And your attendants?
Yes, this is Absolute.
Votre Altesse, Votre Grâce, and you do bow.
Mirvan Cohen.
Man, I get that too.
I'm surprised you didn't make us roll to say those words. That's good.
Man, Carrie, I was like, hey, this fictitious, very high society, let me just go ahead and get some anxiety real quick with that. Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
This is why I only speak English.
Gestured at the last 2.
I hadn't been paying attention because I wasn't
Oh, yeah, the other
speaking. I was like, no, I'm just going to tune all this out. Whoops, I need to know this.
And the Vesta and Brecken repeat the greeting.
What a lovely festive party we have.
It is always the highlight of the year, is it not?
Says his wife.
Although, have you not been to one before? I do not recognize you.
I have not. This is the first time I've been to your lovely country.
Well, we are glad to have you in our company. Melody, always so good to see you. The fete just wouldn't be the same without your energy.
I know. She goes, we are all very loath to miss the king. I certainly hope His Majesty is well. The prince pauses for a moment. Oh, very well. Of course, I think he just fancied a night in. Of course.
Melody knows about that.
You make a little bit more small talk, but they kind of look like they have to get going and make the rounds.
And she says again, lovely to see you both.
They would bid you as well.
To meet you.
Au revoir.
Melody goes,
The king has been a little reclusive of late.
Really?
Well, some suspect he is in poor health, but I don't know. He looked fine last time I saw him. I thought he would be here tonight, I really did.
Melody,
Are you surprised?
Make a retroactive insight check on the Prince and Princess.
Sure.
I said that.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Can I do it too?
you may not have to. 19.
18.
Ooh, now I want to do one just to see what happens.
Okay.
20.
Jesus.
You gather that he was not being dishonest.
So he's not sick.
Not being dishonest.
Yeah.
Wanting a night in.
But there's something more he's not telling us.
It's pretty vague anyways.
Yeah.
I guess there's not much to read there.
But he doesn't
We're
know.
probably not dead
No.
then.
Another voice, the announcer's voice, the herald's voice, then booms out another name. Rodrigo Vasquez!
Oh, Rodrigo is here. He's a sculptor, painter, celebrity, you know. Oh, it's just a great talent. Everybody always wants to have things like this. He thinks he's, so that. But, whatever. Another minute.
Mikhail and Nikita Viktorov!
Oh, they are here. Those two are vodka magnates from your homeland.
I was wondering that the last name struck true. The
They are just vodka empire. Good stuff too.
Interesting.
say vodka empire.
Vodka. Straight from Liznikov. Eat like the good stuff. Mostly potatoes, I think. Vodka.
The is
That's what you make that.
sorry, you have made me laugh with saying good and vodka in the same sentence.
You don't like a vodka?
I have had my fair share of vodka, and I have had both poor quality and high quality vodka, and they punch you in the face. Same. It's more just going down.
And Liznikov has preferences with vodka. I joke. Oh!
She locks eyes with someone a few feet away. Mon ami! You see another man looking at her. He says, that is my captain of the guard. And she runs up to him, gives him a hug.
This is le capitaine de la garde, Fabrizio Vermicelli.
And you approach.
Sure, I didn't get any of those. What she-
Fabrizio Felicetti.
Fabrizio Vermicelli.
Very much.
You approach, and he embraces Melody as well. He's a human, perhaps in his late 30s. His curly black hair and beautiful hazel eyes. With a long cape. Yeah, like a long cape of dark blue cloth with three large fleur-de-lis sigils on the back. He's got a black doublet of a very silky material. Several dark steel buckles down the front. And a cascading white cravat spills from his shirt all the way down nearly to his belt.
This is Fabrizio. He's one of my closest friends. Captain of the guard. He basically works like right with me. Technically, it's under me, but he's so instrumental to. He feels he's like my partner. He's lovely to meet you all. I'm Fabrizio. Fabrizio.
They will make a spray that makes the house smell better one day in your name.
Perhaps I will work on that.
Delightful to meet you.
You all are, and you make introductions.
Yes.
So, Athmindak, you say?
Yes.
That place is crazy.
Have you been there before?
No, but I know of what goes on. I've heard of the deposition of various, Athmindak, if you're not familiar with the current situation, that place has always been troubled. Still tense, sometimes problems with the pure bloods, always tensions amongst factions in the city. For years, regimes rise and fall, different kind of government they are installed and overthrown. It's truly a mess, like almost all of the time. Well, Warith is looking for a relic to go to reforge a staff so he can go and take back his home. Right? Did you get that right?
Yes. Very well done.
They are looking for a relic to complete it. So have you any more leads? I mean, you know that.
Nothing concrete yet.
I certainly hope that you find more. How many do you think there are?
It's difficult to say. No one really knows for sure. We'll just have to continue to look till we find all of the pieces.
Well, to bring stability to Athmindak, that would be good. You seem a good man.
I thank you. Well, it's always good to have the guard on your side if needed.
Oh, of course. If any friend of Melody's is a friend of the guard, we would be happy to help you if you need.
Thank you.
Shall we make our way toward the tables?
Oh, da. Tell me we are not having a fourth pasta dish. Are we?
I don't know what's on the menu tonight, but we will find out.
We discovered pasta yesterday or day before. Day before.
Oh.
And basically have had nothing since.
Everybody has a different experience with their first time discovering pasta. A lot of times it does not go so well, and you feel like you ate bricks.
It was the most incredible culinary experience I've ever had.
I bet.
It was so much. It is a powerful experience from mouth to the rest of you.
As you're talking, and the herald's voice. The herald has announced several more guests, and by now it seems that he is announcing a latecomer. You see the doors part. A figure enters, and the voice blasts out, "Tristan Vernier Broussard!"
I look at this Tristan.
You see him up there, walking up to the top of the steps, and looking out as if surveying his kingdom. He's by himself. He is a wildly handsome man. He looks to be about 40. He's tall, dark, and handsome in every sense. Broad shoulders, cutting gaze. Just a bit of black stubble. He's got a long black coat, almost like a sailor style, but much fancier. Buckles in the shape of eagle skulls and silver studs all the way the rest down. A silk, paisley decorated vest. Thick red leather belt with a plaque buckle worked with what you gather is the sigil of his syndicate. A scroll crossed with a sword behind the image of a crown coin. He stands. Tristan Vernier Broussard looking out over the ballroom. And that's where we're in the next session.